Okay, I think it's streaming. You're good. Are we live? We might be live.
I do not see a picture yet.
No, you wouldn't. There's a delay, so that's not going to be helpful for you.
Oh.
I've got audio. It looks like we're live, guys. I don't know what the audio is going to sound like, so I'm going to need you guys to let me know if I need to try to turn this up. I've not done audio quite the way I did tonight. And I didn't bother to test it beforehand, so who knows what that's going to be. Is it even muted? No, it's not muted, so there's a start. Let's see. I've got to wait because there's a delay, so I'm going to wait before we get going to make sure we've got audio going. Nick says something is happening. Yeah, so let's see. Oh, good. Nick, how is audio? Are you guys able to clearly hear me? Because that's the only thing I didn't get a chance to check because I'm lazy and decided to take a nap instead. Joseph says audio is live. I am not recording. Good. Heather says she hears us both. Okay, so tonight is a bit different. We've got wine. I don't know. I filled mine. It's an abnormally full glass of wine.
She filled it halfway.
Oh, I gave Stacey a normal amount, like a small thing of wine, and got yelled at. So you don't mess with these Wisconsins and their wine, apparently. So anyway, this is my friend Stacey, all the way down from Wisconsin. She is going to be painting. Stacey tried painting with me once during a live stream. Like, she went out and got all the paint. She followed along with the Patreon video, got mad, gave up, never touched the stuff again. So I'm like, well, we'll try to give you wine this time and see what happens. I have no idea. None. I don't know what and I don't know what she's going to say. I already gave her the no burping, no gas, no keep all that off the live stream. She said I was taking away all her fun.
She took away all my fun.
So, we'll see what happens. Yes, that is it. So tonight she is working on a Frederick's canvas pad because I already know her little issues when she tried painting before. I'm not wasting a good canvas on her. I mean, the canvas pads are fine, but it's just taped down to a board. So it is a canvas. It's not just a piece of paper. And that's important to point out because if you try painting on paper with acrylics and the way we're going to add water, it would just soak in and no one has fun. So unless I guess you could gesso it. But anyway, so that is what she's working on. She's going to be using Liquitex Basics. I didn't even give her paintbrushes yet. I don't trust her. Actually, I just forgot to give it to her. But we're going to be doing a silhouette. I figured we'll keep it really simple, really easy, something that you can do and still feel like, even if it looks nothing like the photo, it still looks like a silhouette and it's still pretty. So you still feel like, yeah, I accomplished something. I'm not going to give up on painting altogether. So when someone is starting with painting, I kind of like to go with something as simple, let's keep it kind of simple. Just for the first, at least for 1 or 2 paintings. I think it's a good way to go. So, are you ready? That's a concerning laugh. That laugh worries me. So, I guess I should
Are you ready is the question.
I'm just going to sit back here and drink my wine and giggle is the plan. So, paintbrushes. Where did I put all? I moved
on
them
the floor.
Oh, I was going to clean and I didn't. All right. This is one of my favorite paintbrushes. This one is a Teflon bristled filbert. When you mix your paint, you're going to start from your lighter colors and you're going to work up to your dark. So a couple of things here. Your grayish purple up there, you achieve that by mixing the gray tone you want, so black and white, that's grayish. And then you add your violet color. But we're not going to start there because if you start there at the bottom, you have a grayish orange. We don't want grayish orange. So you're going to mix water always. We get some water on that brush. You're going to start, in your case, with some white. Mix that in, mix your little bit of paint, get your color that you want, and get started. Now, don't worry about where the black is on the silhouette. I want you to pull that all the way down. So about about a quarter of the way up is your lighter. It looks almost like a peach color there.
So to go
Yours
all the
isn't
way
going
down.
to be peach, but yeah, you need to go all the way down.
Oh.
Pretend that you're just doing a sky, and I guess I should sit down so you guys aren't watching my stomach, but pretend it's just a sky. Yeah, there you go, whole thing. Side to side, there you go. And this is a dirty mop brush, but it's gonna have to work.
Paint at some point.
Now you're gonna start adding more of the violet as you move up.
Of the pink or the purple?
Whichever, you could go with either at this point. The goal is to go from light at the bottom and dark to the top. The exact colors you use, not a huge deal.
When do I add more water?
When it starts to not feel like what you just painted felt like. When it starts to feel like the paint is really thick and it's not gliding and you're getting like little white bumpy guys
That's the
showing.
same color.
Yeah, you got too much white and too much water.
Okay.
So here that's how you know that has too much water, because the white of the canvas is showing through. It didn't get dark enough.
There's a big clump on it now.
Mix it in. It's okay.
Oh my god.
There is nothing you can do to this that I can't fix. So
that's
don't even
good.
worry about it. Brent says, love Stacy's hair. She's a doll. This should be fun to watch.
Oh, it's gonna be a fantastic.
Heather says,
thing.
I bet you to the wine today. Had it an hour ago. Beat you. It's typo, sorry. And I can't.
She wouldn't
apparently
let me
decipher
start
that.
early.
Also, thanks for the early birthday present tonight's live. Oh, happy birthday. Alana said, can we see what she's trying to paint? I ran in a room on the like where I could put stuff. So it's just a silhouette. It fades from like a pinkish color up to a purplish gray. And then we're going to do some trees. I don't have the reference, but it came from Unsplash, but it's not like, I'm not going to be so picky where I'm demanding it be exact. We're just going to let her have fun.
I'm gonna bring this over here because I can't. Purple.
Yeah, and you can set stuff on the shelf under there. There you go, if that's more comfortable for you. I don't recommend setting your drink or water there because I hit that in the whole...
Not in Lisa's.
The table, she knows I'm anal. The table will tip and I have spilled things that way.
That would be really good.
Okay, see how you're curving?
Yeah.
Stop doing that.
Okay.
Straight. Keep it
Straight.
perfectly straight.
We're going
So, and I see what you're looking on the reference photo, but that's more of an illusion because of the way the trees are. Really, once the trees are in, just straight across is all you need.
Well, then we'll just do this.
Nillybug said, whenever I'm acrylic painting and struggling, I think of you saying there's nothing you can do to this that can't be fixed, and it helps me push through the struggles. Oh, yay. Hi, Chris. Hello, Shiny said, hello, girls. I am making wholemeal cheese scones. Want some? Dear God, yes.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't sound gluten-free, but oh
Cheese.
God, it sounds good.
It said cheese. And that's
Sarah Makes Art said, I can see what your friend, I can see what your friend is trying to paint. Does it show any? Do I have it on any? No, it's not on any of the monitors, unfortunately. Did you find it over on Unsplash?
More purple.
Ooh, I actually got that wine to a good temperature. Usually I put it in the fridge and then I have to leave it out forever so it will defrost and get to the right it's already there. Yay. Joseph says, making a mistake doesn't mean you ruined it. It just means you're not finished yet. Lisa Clow. Lachri Fine Art. That is my quote. Good. Now we're going to, okay, let's make this easier for you. I want you to go ahead. Two things I'm going to have you do. First, rinse that brush out.
Yeah. Any side?
Any side, doesn't matter.
Okay.
Now, don't leave the brush in the water at all because it'll damage the bristles really quickly. We are going to Hobby Lobby tomorrow, so I could get new ones. Well, that's a Michael's brush, but it's fine.
Where do I put the water?
Set it on. You've got paper towels all over the place. Just kind of dab it on there. Set it to the side. Now, what I want you to do, we're going to take this and just lightly kind of go all directions. Try to get rid of streaks as much as possible, but you don't want to push hard. If you push hard, it does it. But I'm going to have you do a couple of layers like this until we get this. We're going to build. It makes it easier than just trying to get it perfect on your first layer. So when you're doing your background layers, I used to do this all the time when I would do my underwater scenes, fading from the light to the dark. I would try to get it perfect the first layer and be so frustrated that it didn't work.
Yeah,
that was making things way harder for me.
That's my problem.
Yeah, so what you want to do is work in in layers, and this is what's going to help Stacy. Go side to side a little bit more. You're starting to create streaks. So two things are happening here.
See?
Your brush,
Pushing
you're pushing a little hard, and so it's picking up paint. And because that brush is starting to get wet because of picking up the paint from pushing too hard, it starts creating streaks instead of taking them away. However, that just looks like a cloud in the sky now. We're okay with that. We are totally okay with that. But going back to trying to build things up with many layers, it just takes some of the pressure away, and each additional layer you do looks better anyway than even if you did it right, the perfect first layer.
I think I should just do this left-handed.
Yeah, you can. I do that all the time. Okay, stop. That is blended well. So you're going to rinse just the tip of those bristles. Now that brush I didn't clean very well last night, so it's dirt the night before.
Right now.
Just the tip. Don't put it all the way in. I should not say that too many times because Stacy's going to make a comment. There we go. But you just want the end bristles. And then you're going to dry it. You want that brush dry and ready to go.
Oh my God.
Let's see. We've got some comments here. Sarah said, I see someone painting. Are you painting too? Nope, I'm drinking. I'm just sitting here happily with my wine.
She's the one drinking the wine.
Next to me. She already drank half a bottle before we started. So I get to catch up now.
That's
it's my turn.
Liquid courage.
She's busy. Yeah, I gave her some liquid courage.
Okay.
So the next thing you're gonna do, you just set that brush. Let me see the brush. Let me feel. Is it completely dry? Yeah, you're good to go. Set that brush down anywhere, wherever. There's a hair dryer here. It's hanging on the corner. Yeah, there you go. You're gonna dry.
How do we get it on?
There you go. You want it on high heat and high power, and you're gonna go ahead and dry that canvas. Excited she looks right now. I'm about to get flipped off. Don't do it.
I will behave. I was told I had to.
Let's see where we're at. Don't touch my stuff. That's probably okay. Now,
that was the wrong
it's
button.
dry to the touch, but we don't want to just go straight into it right now, because if it's dry to the touch, but not like really dry all the way, if she were to go over it immediately, it will pull some of that paint off, and it's a little bit harder to fix. I mean, we're putting trays over it. We can fix it. It's not the end of, you'll hear me say that constantly. It's not the end of the world, but let's avoid it. We'll just let it set for a minute, get caught up on a couple of these questions,
And a couple of my drinks.
and let Stacy get caught up on some drinks. Let's see.
Bag.
Yeah. Okay. So story time. This is what we were talking about last week. Her accent from Wisconsin. She can't say bag. It comes out as beg. B-E-G.
Bag.
And it's this ongoing thing with us. So you'll hear her randomly look at me and go bag. She means bag, but can't say it. She says it's the same thing. It's not the same thing. Let's see. Do we have any wine recommendations?
All of them.
I'm drinking, this one it's a red blend. It's really good. It's got an L on the front. What is it called?
Owl.
I'll go get it before we finish. This one, it's fairly inexpensive. If it's more than 20 bucks, I'm not buying it. Actually, typically, if it's more than 15, I'm not buying it. My taste is not distinguished enough to justify that kind of money. So for me, I'm a red wine. I like dry, spicy wines the best. I'm not a fan of sweet. I like sweet, but not in my wine. Stacy, what are you drinking?
Moscato. Bubbly.
She likes sweet. We're complete opposite. She thinks my wine is gross. And actually, the other day I walked by and I grabbed the wrong glass. We've been drinking for the last 4 days. We're gonna need rehab after this. But
One night party.
when I accidentally drank her Moscato, that was horrible. That it is not for. We are so opposite on the wines we like. It's not okay. So yeah, that is what we have today. I'll check before we're done. What it's there's an L on it. I don't remember. But it's a red blend. I usually prefer Cabernets. This one's really good, though. Let's see. We've got... Brett says, anytime I do silhouettes, I usually do them over acrylic pours. That's such a cool
That
look.
sounds really cool.
It's so pretty. I love that look. Alana said, we need a Lachri t-shirt that says, it's not bad, it's not finished. Yeah, I think I need to add that to my list for sure. Casey says, yay, it's happening. Let's see. Paul John said, Lisa, have you watched Wonder Woman 1984 yet? And I don't plan to. My husband did. There's not enough wine in the world for me to sit through that crap. My husband watched it, and I saw clips, and he showed me stuff, and no, I'm so disappointed they ruined that, because the first one I loved the first one, but I don't see myself putting myself, ooh, it's raining good out there. I don't see myself putting I would rather, why would I watch that if I could just watch Harry Potter again? I already know that's good. So yeah, nope, that's not going to be for me. Unfortunately, very disappointing. Rose said, are the Greyhounds going to join in? They are both in their beds. They're passed out. We'll call them over later. Phyllis said, whoops, come back, Phyllis. Where did you go? Phyllis says, we need a t-shirt that says, dark's dark enough, light's light enough. Also, when is Matt going to do this? I don't know if I will be able to convince him to. I've wanted to. And Matt's an artist. Matt's a phenomenal artist. I would love to get him on a live stream. I don't know if I'm going to convince him to. Like, he doesn't even let me take photos of him for Facebook. He's just like, he's kind of a grump that way. So I can't, I don't know if we're gonna get that. I'll have to work with him on that. Although my neighbor, the one with the Barkadoodles next door that we talk about, Winston and Arlo and Cooper. Cute little the floppiest, cutest dog you've ever seen in your life. Anyway, she said she wants to do this too when she's able to have wine again. So yay! So we'll have more of these. Your Stacy's our trial run, so no pressure. But if this doesn't go well, it's on.
Probably the worst idea
you've ruin it for other people that want to. Probably Jimmy too. Was she my high school classmate? No, she had Italian Greyhounds too. We know each other back from the days of forums. She was one of my first commissions, actually. You were one of the first people to hire me to do Italian Greyhound paintings. This girl is so patient, because back then I was really bad at getting the schedule. You guys have heard me talk about that when it comes to scheduling things and making sure people know how long things are going to take and whatever. She's so patient with me, because back then it was like, oh yeah, I'll get it done 2 months later. And I'm like, I haven't worked on it in a few weeks. I'll get to it. She didn't care. She's like, it's fine. So, yeah, I painted, 4 of your dogs.
Yep.
Let's see. Paula said, okay, we got that one. Sally says, waves hello. Hi, Sally. Sally says hi to you too. Paula said, by the way, I'd be glad if you greeted me happy birthday. Oh, happy birthday to you too. It's my neighbor's, everybody's birthdays today. Wow, I got scared all of a sudden. My sister's birthday's on the 6th, and I had a slight panic. Oh crap, I didn't miss her birthday, did I? Like, slight little panic I had there. Anyway, Nick said, I should have sent you a bottle of my blueberry mead for this.
Heck yeah.
Oh, that would have been good. Sarah said, my mom buys a brand of wine called Barefoot. Yeah, I've had Barefoot. Some of theirs I like, some less so. Well, it's just an issue of I bought some and I got the pink Moscato, I think, and I drank. It was too much. It was sugar water. It was alcoholic sugar water.
Never mind.
It was not.
I thought that was the one that maybe you picked up.
Okay, I want you to do the same thing, but a little bit less water. Like, let it be a little bit more bold on this layer. The bottom layer being that light is good. So if you're not trying to make your bottom section darker, you want it to start getting a little bit darker as you go up. Now, on the upper section, you can start adding a tiny bit of black. The black is going to be overpowering, so don't add a lot. That grayish purple you see up there, but don't use that, wait till you get up to that section.
So how do I just dip it in water then?
Yeah, just a little bit of water, kind of mix that in. Lottie said, I'm with Stacy on the wine choice. I love sweet and hate dry. Moscato is my favorite. Hello, Shiny says, I love Temperano and Barbara red wine, strawberry and cherry. Ooh, I have not heard of those. I want to try that. Can't get them in New Zealand, but there's a lot of good Pinot Noir. I can never say that right. Here, I've not had one of those that I've enjoyed, and it may just be that I just haven't found the right one. Nice for summer, chilled, sweet wine is gross. I agree. Joseph said Wonder Woman 1984 was a bit disappointing. So this is the weird thing to me. Why is it 1984 and everything in the movie was like, look, it's the 80s, everyone's power walking, wearing their leotards. No 80s music. Like, how did you miss out on such a simple thing besides the whole storyline? There were so many problems with that movie. But besides that, that run really got me. I'm like, that could have really added, like, you overdid like, you took the stereotypical stuff from the 80s, not what, I grew up in the 80s, so that's, like, that was not what the 80s really was. That was what you saw on TV, I guess, but it wasn't, like, everyday 80s in California. But you missed out on the 80s music, and I'm like, it's kind of weird. I just don't get it. Let's see. I don't get a lot of the choices on the movie. Where are we? Angel said, greetings from Venice Beach. So you made me choke over Venice. No, actually Venice. I haven't been in Venice in like 15 years, 20. God, no, it's probably been closer to 20 years, so I don't even know. We're moving a little bit north to Monterey. Oh, I think gets nicer up there, if I remember correctly. Nice. Naomi says, is it okay to use heat while drying acrylics? I heard it can affect them somehow. If using heat is okay, would a heat tool be okay instead of a hair dryer? I don't recommend like the heat guns because they're too hot. So acrylics are a plastic. Yeah, you can dry them with a hair dryer, no problem. But I always try to keep it about yay far from the canvas. Never ever had a problem. Except there are 2 times. One would be with the heat gun because it heats it too fast, and so it can cause the acrylics to essentially start to melt and kind of crack. So I would not use a heat gun, I'd use a hair dryer. And I use high heat, my hair dryer is not super powerful, but I do use high heat and high air coming out. But I did have one time where I did what was almost like an acrylic before acrylic pours were really a thing, where I would put a lot of water and kind of, you guys have seen me do that on other videos where I do what it ends up looking similar to a pour. Not exact, but kind of close. And I had too much water on my base layer, put thicker paint on top, and then when I used the hairdryer, because it dried at a different rate, that caused the thicker paint on top to crack. It was a really cool effect, and it worked for the painting. I ended up changing because it was supposed to be a carousel horse, and it ended up having like this metal band look, like it would have been the cover for a CD of something like...
Oh, that was way too much black.
Yeah, I told you it overpowers. But yeah, so... I ended up putting torn angel wings on it. It worked. I made it work. But that was the only time I've really had a problem. That I know why that happened. It was because I had thinner, like too much water on the underlayer, and it dried it at different rates. But normally, just a hairdryer like what we're doing here, totally fine, but I would not use a heat gun. Angel said the whole wish thing was corny AF, hard pass. Whoops, that scrolled too far. Here we go. Joseph said it was 80s. Just explain why the JLA wasn't around. There were 2 80s songs, but not hit songs, easily overlooked. There's so many problems. Lottie said, speaking of 80s music, do you like the Spice Girls? That's 90s. They weren't really, I don't even think they were there in the 80s. I mean, no, that was never my style. Like, I was never really into pop music like that. That wasn't my, oh, good job on that color. Dang. Okay, I'm a little impressed with her right now because that's not super easy. Now, I'm going to give you a little. If you start having it dry, take this.
That's what it's doing.
Just a little. That's for you. That's a fine mist sprayer, and I don't recommend using a normal spray bottle like that you would mist your plants with or whatever, or in my case, my frogs. The water droplets are too heavy, but a fine mist sprayer is closer, not as good as an airbrush, but close enough that it'll give you a fine mist without causing many issues, and that's allowing her now to get this to blend smoothly. Her color in person is way better than what you're seeing. You guys are seeing a little, almost a bluish tint to it. Hers is a very nice grayish lavender. So, pretty impressed right now, Stacy, I have to say. I
would curtsy,
wasn't
but I
totally
can't stand
expecting that. I kind of thought that was going to be a problem, and she just like, wow, you mixed I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty impressed. She mixed that color that well, because getting grayish tones for someone big, that's really beginning, that can be a bit of a challenge. Good job. I didn't think I'd be sitting here praising you tonight. I thought I'd be sitting here giggling like crazy. She's kind of ruining my fun.
I can't talk when I'm doing it because I'm concentrated.
Let's see.
So you could talk poo all you want.
Casey said, who knows, maybe Kristen Stewart just directed Wonder Woman and that's why it's bad. I love that you guys know my love of, yes. Let's see. Wait, we got that one. Katara said, I grew up in the 2000s, but 80s music is my guilty pleasure. Let's see. When I think of 80s music, I'm more The Cure. Well, The Cure also. The Cure's been around for a really long time, but The Cure was a big one that we listened to. Trying to think what else. I was super obsessed with the Bangles for a while. That was like as close as pop music as I ever really got. So like Spice Girls wasn't my thing. My sister, however, loved Spice Girls or Backstreet Boys and or some of the boy bands my sister was really into. I never was. Let's see. Sarah says, of the wines that I've tasted, I think my favorites are Pinot Grigio and Riesling.
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 Yes.
And pink rosé. I do like rosé.
We are now.
But I like, I don't like the sweet rosés. I like the, spicy and dry. Like my attitude? I don't know. There's a joke in there somewhere that I'm not quite picking up on. Angel said, as corny as the whole movie was, Wonder Woman flying, yep, I cried so freaking hard. I love is powerful, Lisa. Brent says, I thought Wonder Woman 84 was okay. I guess I'm in the minority on this one. You liked Twilight, didn't you? I'm just going to assume, because... Lottie said, do you like Sarah Brightman? She's my favorite singer. She's mostly classical crossover. I don't know who, I'm sure I've heard her, but that's not really what I listen to. So I can't say if I like or dislike because I'd pull it up, but I would get copyright flagged, so I can't hear, yeah, I'm not sure there. I was most of the stuff, once I was old enough, like a teenager where I was really picking my own music, I liked punk and ska was a big one for me. And then, of course, 90s alternative, because that was like my high school years, that sort of thing. Counting Crows, I'm currently obsessed with again. I keep listening to, I like their slow stuff, not the faster stuff. I'm not a huge fan. But anyway, yeah. Wham! Yes! Oh my gosh, I did like Wham! I do remember, wow, I have not heard that in a long time. Kimberly said, do you love Gal Gadot? Yeah, I actually really do like her. I think she's an excellent actress, and I loved her in Wonder Woman, like loved her in the first Wonder Woman. So I don't blame her on this. This would be the writers and the directors that I have a problem with. I don't know. I have so many, and I didn't even watch the whole movie. Matt just was like, I was standing there while he was watching parts, and he's complaining about it. He did watch the whole thing. He actually finally went and got beer. He's like, I can't even drink this I can't watch this without, like, this is not happening. So yeah. How about Jim Morrison? No, never really got into Jim Morrison. That was more my mom would listen to stuff like that. But my mom was very young when she had me, so that was more her generation of what she listened to. Start getting more whites in there at that transition. Do let me know if you need more paint. Sarah said, do you like George Michael's solo stuff? Is he still? No, wait, is he still with us? Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think he's with us anymore. I don't remember, honestly. Like, it wasn't, again, we're going back to, it wasn't really ever my stuff. I don't think I ever disliked it, but I never, like, would go out and buy it myself because it wasn't my style. I do remember just as a kid, Wham! I remember being in a friend's house listening and I loved it, but Brent said, my mom talked me into taking her to see the first Twilight. I'll never take her to another movie. Hated it. I mean, you liked Wonder Woman 1984, though, so, I don't understand how... I'm confused. I'm not pinpointing your taste right now. Although I joke about that. I actually did like Twilight because I have poor taste. So there we go. Kimberly said Air Supply. Which one? I know that name and I don't remember what it was. Like, I can't think off the top of my head of that. Kimberly said, so you've watched Jurassic Park in the 90s. Lucky you. Yep, that was back when it was Aha. Okay, Aha is one of my favorite. Was it Take On Me, Take Me On? I never get it right because I get everything backwards. Best song ever. That used to be my ringtone. So good. Aha.
Now what?
The band. Oh, what now? Ooh. Dang. What time are we at? You're moving through this. That looks
next
much better than I thought it would. Okay, wash your brush and dry it.
Oh, wash.
You are going to sit here and paint trees now in black. So you don't have to mix paint anymore. Your mixing paint days are done. We have to move into copying what you see on those trees. Now, okay, see the tree all the way to the right, how it's almost solid black down that edge?
Yeah.
You might want to hollow it out a little bit like the trees on the other side. Go light on that tree. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Don't pull the dark all the way down. Just kind of continue those.
To do things that I can't.
And if we decide you want,
and
if you decide you want to come back and darken it up, you can, but I would not jump into making it that dark. Let's see. Yeah, take me on. You see, look, you guys are getting it's not helpful. I'm getting two different answers here. Bruce Springsteen, no, I was never a fan. 80s, 90s hip hop, yeah, I actually did listen to that a bit.
That's my
a little bit I did. I mean, I can't think of things like, I'm trying to think of some of the names. It's on the, I can't think right now. It'll randomly hit me and I'm going to blurt out a name as it hits me. I'm trying to think of some of the CDs that I did have. But I like Jesus Jones, like 90s stuff. I loved Jesus Jones. And what was the other one? There were two. EMF. That was another one I was really, I would listen to over and over again. My family wanted me dead. Lottie said, I always wish Selena Gomez got the role in Twilight. Kristen Stewart ruined the character. Yeah, I think pretty much anyone else would have been better. Kristen Stewart and Taylor, whatever his name is, it's not worth remembering because he's such a crap actor. Those two really, they were such horrible actors. Like in everything that they're just so bad. Anyone else would have been better. Like her awkwardness when she finally had her daughter and she's like touching the kid like you would touch someone with COVID. Like, oh, stay over there. That's how it was. Yeah, she's bad and him bad. Anyway, okay. Is that dry? Take the hairdryer to it. Hairdryer. Kimberly said, who sang the M-bop that was popular in the 90s? The little boys. have to be as dry as the last time. Because we're not glazing, so you just need this one. You dry to the touch is okay because we're not just glazing over it. We're just globbing black paint on there. So, okay. Sarah said, "What about Prince?" Prince, yeah, I liked Prince. I was okay. I mean, it wasn't my favorite, but I didn't dislike it either, or him, I should say. Why was 80s fashion, especially with men, suggestive women too? Heavy drug use, I think, was involved. That's all I can think of. I think cocaine was very popular in the 80s, if I remember correct. I don't know. I mean, I was never into that, but I know that was like a popular thing. I'm going to blame that. Okay, now this, Depeche Mode. Loved Depeche Mode. I'm reading what everyone's giving me. Let's see. Vladimir said, have you tried Altair interactive acrylics? I think I have some here, and I have not tried them yet. I do need to test those out. Paige said, sorry, Lisa, I'm a black spiced rum girl. Should have been a pirate. David Gilmour of Pink Floyd. Solos give me chills, Pink Floyd. I was supposed to see Deftones before COVID. Oh, is Deftones still, they're still around? Like, sometimes I'm surprised to hear bands that stay together like that. It's just impressive. Okay, so I need to get you some brushes that will be good. Actually, I have to climb under the easel and hopefully not take out all these cables with me. I nerd. Some stiffer brushes for this. Ooh, that's a good one. Not as good. Oh, this is very good. So the first thing that I'm going to have you do is draw some tree trunks. I should get out from underneath all of the things. Ugh. I'm too old to be getting out on the floor. Okay, I need a liner brush for you. Where did I put those? Oh. Don't let me forget to get more of these tomorrow. So this is a synthetic hog hair liner brush. Where's the, okay, you've got the black paint. Now when you do mix the paint for a liner brush, try to keep the paint mostly up here. I'm going to inevitably it will belt here, but we're going to mix water. This has to have a lot more water. We have to thin that out and twist it in. If you've got a chunk of paint, it will not work. This isn't a brush you can get away with that. When you clean this, you can rub it on the bottom, but also just kind of tapping it against the side of the thing will clean it really well. Okay. But we're going to thin that out, but you've got to get it more thin. And what I like to do too, because we use so much water, hold it just a little bit on the end and it'll soak up some of that excess. So what you're going to do is paint your tree trunks. So with those, I would dot, like just kind of come in and go, okay, I know I want it to be about here, come up to about, just kind of dot it. Don't worry about.
Well, now you can finish doing that so I have something.
Don't worry about it being perfect. And then of course your trunks themselves, you're going to do your lines. Those do not need to be straight. Don't worry about it. The harder you push with the brush, the thicker that line is going to be. So when you want a thicker trunk, push a little harder. If you want those skinny little branches, you're just barely going to let the tip of the brushes or the bristles touch the canvas.
This is scary. I don't like this one.
Okay, go at it.
So
this is fun. I get to just hang out with you guys while Stacy does the work. This is awesome.
I'm just doing tree trunks right now?
Well, dot in your bottom line, like the line of the trees where those are going to go. So this is just kind of your guideline of where stuff's going to go.
We got a tree there, a little bit here. I'm going to Bob Ross this stuff.
Yeah. Right. Sheena Easton. Oh, I did like Sheena Easton. Let's see. Scrolling up really quick.
Like these here.
Kimberly said, oh really, the Kurt Cobain era too. Yep, I listened to that. Was teens in California back then high? Most of my friends were. I never partook. But yeah, that works. Now get your tree trunks in. But yeah, I mean, I think that's, unfortunately, most teens don't do drugs. It's not good. Not okay. I saw some things that people ruin their lives with. Not okay. Never saw the draw there.
This is where things went downhill last time.
With the liner.
Just warning you.
Let's see. Have I seen Stranger Things? I did. I liked season 1. The last season, I haven't even finished yet. It was getting to the point of not just being cheesy, but being like,
see,
like annoyingly so. Like it got to where it took the stereotypical things that you want to see in 80s stuff and like pushed it to a level of, I couldn't get through it. I haven't finished. I may go back and watch it, but I have a Stranger Things My Little Pony. I mean, I liked the first one, or the first season, but anyway. Shelly said, I worked for Prince in the late 80s. Interesting dude. That is awesome. Pauline said, you're all making me feel old. Who sang Heaven Knows? I don't know. Whoops, that just scrolled too far. Come back. Sass says, my high school years were filled with angry female singers like Alanis, Tracy Chapman, Amanda Marshall, and some Hootie and the Blowfish for fun.
She's got to be around my age.
Yeah. Kimberly said, Love and Hate Collide song. I don't know what that is. Do you know? I wish, it sucks, I wish I could pull these up so we could like see what we're all talking about, but I would just get flagged, so my video would get taken down. Kimberly said, you forgot about Alanis Morissette. Yeah, it's funny, the last band that I was in, actually the last two bands I was in, we were in the same bands together. Greg, he was obsessed with Alanis Morissette. Like, that was his spirit animal, or she is his spirit. He's still obsessed with her. Like, that is his favorite human, I think, in all the humans. Use a little bit more water and don't push quite so hard.
More water.
Get some variation in there. Suzanne said, Culture Club Karma Chameleon. Oh, wow. I forgot about that one.
I almost started singing.
I went instantly into my head. Like, I think that's one of those things that's funny. Wow.
It's one of those
Nick
things
said,
that you have to say.
this is for you, Stacy, said, do you think any of those little trees are feeling particularly happy?
They're happy little trees. Happy little trees.
Oh my gosh, we have to listen to some of this stuff later. Like, now that everyone's bringing up these bands, especially that one, like, Police, oh my gosh, loved. Yes, I count them as, Police were the 70s too, but yes, absolutely, I count them as the 80s, because that's mainly when I was listening to them. 80s and even into the 90s, we're still listening to them. My best friend growing up, her brother was 8 years older than us, and so he was like obsessed with them, so we of course listened to it because of it. But, oh yeah. Heaven Knows was sung and written by Donna Summer. Is that the lady from Three's Company? No, that's Suzanne Summer. I'm mixing people up.
You were almost there.
I was so close.
I will give you. You were right there.
Let's see. Kimberly said, "Were you shocked when Kurt Cobain died? What were your thoughts and theories about his death?" Not really. I wasn't.
We're gonna make that another.
It sounds
tree.
bad. I just didn't care. Like I wasn't.
Tree, but it's a tree now.
It was like. I was around people who did drugs. Like, when people do drugs like that, you just know overdose is coming. Like, my brother-in-law would have been an example of that. Like, it wasn't a matter of if, it was a matter of when. And I think with a lot of the singers then, it just wasn't surprising to me at all. That was it was just so, it was more surprising to me, I think, when a lot of the singers that are still around didn't OD back then. So, I just wasn't surprised. Sad? Yes. Surprised? Not really. I never liked, what was his wife's name? The bleached blonde. I was never a fan of her music at all. Like, I just not.
Who are you talking about?
Kurt Cobain's.
Oh, yeah.
I don't remember her name. You guys will remember.
Yeah,
Hollywood is bringing back the 80s now, so it's the it thing now. You know what's funny? I got a couple of sweaters from Target, and I'm like, tickled is the only word, and that makes me sound so old. But that is the word that comes to mind. These sweaters have these huge poofy, it reminds me of a kid in the 80s, these huge poofy, like the whole sleeve is this poof ball, and they're so comfy, and they were on clearance for $15, and so I got like, I think I have 2, 3,
I need a stipple brush.
Okay, wow, you actually know what that is. Rinse that brush. So I'm going to give you a quick tip here on making this a little easier for you. These brushes work better. No. So what a lot of people want to do with these brushes is stab it. I'm going to take your seat for just a second.
Absolutely.
You're leaving the most sensitive of my brushes in the water dish right now.
Oh, don't do that.
And that's why I have to pick up more of those tomorrow. So, oops, we're going to use a little bit of water. You don't want too much. If this brush gets really wet, it gets floppy. We don't want floppy. We do want stiff.
No.
We don't want... Stop! So what I'm going to do, instead of just dabbing, so what a lot of people want to do is just stab.
Yeah.
And that can work, but it also isn't as natural. You'll get a better look. Push this and keep the back bristles stiff or in place and let the front ones move forward. I am not
this is
sliding the
take
brush.
Me hours.
I'm just kind of letting that, so it's a different movement. These brushes aren't, see that slid a little. I'm not trying to make those brushes slide. The other thing,
repainting this 4 times.
The other thing, and you can come back through it and dab in, but that gives you a little bit more of like a frayed edge if you want that. Like mostly it looks like these ones down here have the really frayed edge. That would be the way you would get those. Here can be more dabbing. But the other, what was my other point on that? Make sure you leave the pink showing through. We don't want it so solid. Come back and add more if you need to. Go lighter than you need to go, and then add more black later, because if you go too dark to begin with, it's harder to pull the sky back through. What else? I'm trying to think. What other tips do I have for you? Oh, clumps and clusters. Look at how these will clump. Look at like clump, clump, clump. They're not just one big solid mass. Mm-hmm. Pay attention to the way those are clumped. Now that is a fairly large brush. I've got some smaller ones here. So whatever, play around with them. See what's comfy for you. When you get to smaller trees, we'll switch those.
We put water on this one? You did.
Yeah, a little bit. Not a lot. You don't want as much as on the other ones. To dab it onto your paper towels a lot to soak some up.
No, we're just add more paint.
Where are we?
Okay.
Okay. Courtney Love. Yeah, that was her name. I was never a fan. Although she does remind me of the original Crow movie, which was like one of my favorite movies of all time. So I associate her with that. So I think she did the soundtrack. There was something. Let's see. Donna Summer was a singer from the disco days. I hate disco. That is one style of music that I have a passionate hate for. So that's more 70s. I was just, nope, not for me. Let's see. Sarah said, on the topic of Culture Club, how about Church of the Poison Mind or Miss Me Blind? I don't remember them that well. Like, I know the name, but I don't remember their music that well. Kimberly said, so you watched the Titanic that came out in 97 too. So freaking lucky. Yeah, I saw that in the theater. Didn't know, because I didn't want to cry in the theater. Like, how do you not cry at the end of that? Because we didn't, you know how the Titanic ends, but you don't know if all the characters are gonna... No, it's not a movie I can watch over and over again. Like, I recognize that it was good. Like, Leonardo DiCaprio, freaking amazing in everything he does. But I don't enjoy things that make me cry, and especially not in a theater. So, yeah, no, I'm more of the, like, if it doesn't have a happy ending, I'm like, yeah, I'm out. I'm a big freaking baby. Old Yeller, not for me. Let's see. Hi, Carla.
Hi, Carla.
Paige said, no mistakes, only happy accidents. Even if it's the whole wine glass all over your work. Do not give her ideas, because I would end up with her wine has way too much sugar in it, and my whole easel would be sticky. We don't want that.
You're a whiner.
Kimberly said, do you still have belongings from the 80s that are around now? I have some of my original My Little Ponies. My mom has them. Some of the older toys I have. I think we don't know where it was. My original Voltron should be somewhere there. Some of my Thundercats my mom might still have. I don't know if I have my violin. Well, my violin was from 1912, so that's still around. It made it through the 80s. Trying to think what else. I don't know. I don't know that I have much. Probably family had some jewelry, like nothing expensive, but that's about it. But like 80s, like what you would think of as something stereotypically no, I don't think I have really much. Suzanne said, did you listen to any country? Fishing in the Dark, Shania Twain, Garth Brooks. See, that's how much I
Guess
don't
not.
listen to country. Yeah, no, I was never really, and now as an adult, I don't hate it, but it's not something that I put it on my own, but when a friend puts it on, like Stacey had it in the car the other day, I'm like, oh, it was kind of nice. We were out in the country and it worked. I was like, oh, we're setting the feel of the environment.
Did you just say that you can only listen to country when we're out in the country?
No, I said you set the mood for being on the country. Because we were out in the middle of nowhere we were going to plant nurseries. And there's one up towards Pilot Point that we went out to. And anyone who lives out here knows that's in the middle of nowhere. It is like farms, beautiful. Well, not this time of year, but normally. Anyway, she had some country going. You've got, over an hour. Stop rushing this. You're just randomly...
Drink more wine.
Yes, you're just stabbing without control. People go to prison for that stuff.
I have plenty of control. They're happy little trees. They don't look
You're
unhappy.
stabbing them. Stop. Switch brushes. You're okay. So what's happening is you're using the same brush for everything, and so you're getting to where it's too consistent. Like you want variation when you do trees. So go ahead and rinse that brush and switch to one of the smaller ones.
Rinse the brush.
Let's see. Whoops, that scrolled too far. Come back, Sarah. I think you were next. Sarah said, I used to have the original Crow on VHS. I loved it, but I could never get myself to sit through any of the sequels. Yeah, the sequels were so bad. Like, they just kept getting worse and worse. And then they had, Kristen Dunst, who was the Kristen Stewart of the 90s. Oh, God, she was bad. That girl could not act. We had a phase there where it's like if you were pretty, you got to be a movie star without having any acting skills. That was her. Let's see. Kimberly said, Lisa, guide Miss Stacy. See, someone else caught the tree issue going on there.
Don't you leave me out of this.
Casey said,
I'm doing
Lisa, you should have seen
fine.
Stacy's face when she made the brushstroke. The look of concern passed over her face. The best of her face. Sass says, my friend told me to stop watching Marley and Me with 5 minutes left. Good advice. That would be, I could do that. I never watched it because I know. Hello, Shiny said, there's a brand new pretty calf to go see in the paddock, but I'm glued to this stream entertaining. Although, calf, post photos, I must see.
I don't like this brush as much. It doesn't.
You've got too much water.
It's not very stabby.
Dab it. Yeah, you've got too much water on it. Here's another small one that's going to be pretty stabby.
Not necessary. We're okay. We got this.
Right. Let's see. You ever had slat bracelets? That was more my sister. My sister was 4 years younger than me, so that was more her age group. She had some.
Too much water.
Zay said those palm trees look amazing.
Thank you.
They're not palm trees.
Leave
this
my
is fun.
stabby
Actually, no. You've got way too much water. Way too much water. So see how it's thin?
It's fine.
It's not bad. It's just too much water. You guys are not seeing what I'm seeing is light gray. The lighting on what you guys are seeing, the contrast is stronger.
I'll fill it in later.
Yeah, and you can, but that's what's happening there.
Okay.
Let's see. Hello, Shiny said, remember bubblegum jeans? I don't. And did you associate them with leggings and have an immediate hurl reaction, or did you say, okay? I don't remember those. Yes. Joseph says rotate the brush. So that is a good point. So what's happening is you're getting the same brush.
Maybe Joseph should be here telling me how to paint this.
Well, fine by me. But what's happening is you're doing the same brush stroke again and again. Move the brush into different angles and get some variation in there.
So many rules.
Well, you're going to end up with polka dot trees, which could be cool. You're going to get that pop art. Stacey's very into the fake 50s decor, so that might work for her.
Lisa's very into the fake countries decor, so...
Farmhouse. Fake farmhouse. Get it right.
Yet she doesn't know when we can listen to country and when we can't.
I don't even know what country is good to listen to, so someone else has to put it on. Let's see. Angel said, I'm kind of feeling what you said about Southern California, Lisa. I'm so stubborn. Oh, no.
Rotate.
Angel recently moved to Southern California.
I'm jealous.
Warned her. You're only jealous because you live in the North Pole where it's like frozen most of the year.
Where the air hurts your face.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to get Stacy to move down to Texas. I think it's working.
I don't know.
Let's see. Claire said, I followed your channel 2 years ago and did my first Inktense painting. I loved it. Learned so much from you. That is awesome. Yay. I love Inktense. I haven't done an Inktense in a while. So I have a little update for you guys. I did not have Patreon, but I normally do not take any weeks off on Patreon, but I did not have one this week. However, I've been working on a flower. I'll show you when we're done. Don't let me forget to show them the painting I'm working on for you. So that'll be on Patreon soon. I've got a bunch of half done paintings like I've been working for you guys. I've got a sea otter. We started the underpainting. I'll have to finish that. But I also the portrait, the oil painting portrait, that's going to be done soon. So I've got a bunch of stuff coming for you guys. Sarah said, I've been switched to whatever you're comfortable with.
The big one.
Yeah, switch back. Just rotate it, just like what Joseph was saying. Rotate it. You can also look at this one right here. This long, it's behind the airbrush.
That flat one?
Yeah, you can use that and turn it to different angles and just lightly dab it. It'll give you some interesting shapes, and that one's really stiff, so that one works pretty good. I usually use it to flick stars. Sarah said, I've been wondering about when you're working with a student, how much do you guide them and how much do you let them make their own mistakes?
Apparently none.
If the student is paying me...
If the student is just here drinking wine, we don't pay attention to anything they're doing and just let her stab the paper for a while.
I mean... I typically, when I used to work with people in person, I was more... like watching more closely. I wasn't talking to someone on a live stream while drinking wine. There was never wine involved when I taught classes. But
I'm okay with just stabbing the paper though. So I'm sure if she had a real person here, it would be different.
A real person.
A real person.
You know, someone not from Wisconsin.
Being from Wisconsin has nothing to do with this. There.
Let's see.
I'm happy with it.
But no, and I
it's fine. I can't. This looks like.
See, I looked away and I was talking to you guys, and then I looked back and she had been sitting there stabbing. Okay, then.
I'm crying.
Maybe the coffee beans would have been a better idea. It's not bad.
You wanted trees, so we're doing trees.
It's just a more solid, like your trees are fuller than, remember when I said let the sky show through, do less, and then add more later?
I don't know. I don't know what less is.
Where are we? So, and yeah, no, I let students make mistakes and then we'll like fix them. And so Stacy's going to have to put some highlights or something
luck.
on these because
you got your work cut out for you.
She got a little stabby on that canvas. Dawn said, you guys are hysterical. Thanks for laughs tonight. I see happy trees.
Thank you. They're happy.
I mean,
see, the thing is, I'm going to leave this here and I'm going to expect it to be hung up in her house somewhere. Yes, I said it. I said what I said.
Rose said, do you remember the trees in the Lorax? I don't know what the Lorax is.
They're big. I think they're big puffy on it. Like they look like stabby. Yeah, big round. That's Dr. Seuss.
Oh, yeah. I'm not, I don't super know Dr. Seuss.
They got like a stem and my brain just went, I don't remember what they're called. What are the things that you like with the trees with the big round balls?
Topiary?
Topiary. They look kind of like topiaries, I think. Ask if that's correct.
Angel said, wait, what? You're the artist on those Inktense tins? Mind blown. You must be so rich. Gosh. They did pay me. I don't want to make it sound like Derwin didn't pay me what it was worth. But you don't make that much doing that sort of thing. Not that I just wanted to be on the tin. It wasn't about the money for me on that. It was about, oh my gosh, I'm on an art package. That is a dream come true. I will pay you to let me be on your art packaging. So.
Should I stop stabbing now?
Yeah, you're going to have to do some highlights.
Okay.
So you need to dry that completely, and you're going to use the same color you had in your lighter areas of the sky. We're going to do a few little highlights here and there on top of that. So we're going to just get creative. We've got time to kill. We've still got over an hour because somebody got all, I'm just going to do this in 20 seconds, which should have taken her 45 minutes.
The last time I tried to keep up with a live stream, it didn't work out so well. So.
You're the only one painting. What are you keeping up with? Let's see.
Wine. I'm out of wine.
I can take care of that.
Go on.
Although
you got Josh in there.
Oh yeah, I'll go get you the rosé. Or you can get the rosé. I don't know. I'm getting caught up on questions. Sass says Stacy is killing me. She's killing me too.
You can start on highlighting to give examples of what that needs.
I like how you twist. I see what you're doing. I have had students that would do that. They're like, no, can you do it? No, can you keep doing it? No, can you? I just hated the whole thing.
Wine.
She's getting more wine. She's switching over to rosé. She's a bottle in now. She finished hers. Let's see. Suzanne said, MC Hammer, fashion, dance, music. I remember that. I do remember that. You should have given her fan brushes. So I actually don't have any fan brushes because I don't use them. They can be very hard to control and on this scale. I like fan brushes if I'm working really, a lot larger than fan brushes. I find to be super helpful. I looked away and she got stabbier than I thought she was going to, is what that boiled down to. Let's see. Shelly said, I'm from Wisconsin. I understand so much better now. I need to wait for her to get back. She's out there talking to Matt. Stacy, hurry up. She thinks she's going to escape. She's not. We're dragging her butt back in here. Stacy! I'm coming. Yes, I do.
I'm coming.
You have someone else here from Wisconsin.
See? It's Wisconsin.
Bag.
Ask her to say bag.
I'm supposed to ask you to say bag. She's saying bag. B-A-G, but she pronounces it B-E-G.
No,
and
I
insists
don't.
it's the same damn thing, and
bag.
it is not. Bag.
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 Bag. There's
One
a
syllable.
difference.
One syllable.
Yes.
Bag. Bag.
Yes, bag.
It's not the same thing.
No, bag. Bag. There's a difference.
She's been practicing this, by the way, for months. We've been working on this one.
It's
not
fine.
going well. It's an ongoing. We'll be on the phone. I always have her on speaker. She'll randomly she'll just start going bag, bag, but she gets like 2 syllables out of it.
Bag.
That was not bad.
Bag.
No, you just went back to bag.
You're fired.
Let's see. Angel said that paper couldn't be resuscitated anymore with all Miss Stacy stabbing. You just killed Stacy. Rose.
Sorry.
Go for it. No, go for it. You need to do that.
Damn. Bag.
You're good. We have, let's see. Paige said, a beautiful sunset with a Rorschach, I can never say that, test in the foreground.
There's
nice.
nothing wrong with my happy little trees.
There's nothing wrong with them.
No.
And also, I don't
It's
laugh
so
at
lovely.
students.
It's going to be hanging front and
Stacy's
center
more
in
like
your
my
living
sister,
room.
so I can't not give her crap. It would actually be weird all in its own. Let's see.
That's way different than what I was drinking before.
Yes, it is. It's very dry. But you're a bottle in. I would imagine everything would taste okay to you right now.
It's perfectly fine.
She did not like it when we opened it the other day. Let's see. Sarah said, I can't help thinking about Brandon Lee. Could have had a great career if it wasn't for that tragedy that happened in the Senate. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, Tears for Fears. Yes. Oh my gosh. Sass says, I bought a box of wine for this. I don't want to run out. My husband makes fun of us with any kind of box of wine. What did you say about boxes of wine?
They're just fine. There's nothing. Boxes of wines are words.
They're hard.
Boxes of wine they're actually like real good. Like real wineries are actually putting their wine in boxes now because it makes sense. Because there's a lot of people that are like, I can't finish a bottle of wine. And
I just have been buying the little individual ones, which is stupid because it costs a ridiculous amount to do that. But I was wasting wine, like I was not going to fast enough.
Finish a bottle of wine.
People who are counting their calories normally. I didn't have enough calories to have a bottle of wine.
Don't worry about all that stuff.
Let's see. Casey said, did Stacy help you take down the Christmas decorations?
Nope.
No, I did that the day before she got here.
Yep.
I am ready for spring.
I didn't put them up. I don't take them down.
I'm going to get caught up on a couple of these questions. I'm going to come over here and help out. Angel said, does Miss Stacy love Chardonnay?
I drink all wine, except for the red stuff. I don't like the red. That's
Sure.
dry and bitter and gross.
You mean the good stuff.
Do you have any recommendations for a Chardonnay? I would be more than happy to pick up a bottle and let you know.
Shelly said, I guess I would say bag. I don't know. B-A-I-G.
Bag. Well, that's...
Now I don't know because I've said it too many times. That's what I've done to Stacy when she was doing the bag. I'm like, say bad. And she'd say bad.
Bad.
Bad. Now say bag. It doesn't come out the same.
Bag. Bag. I forget to put the G on
Like
the end
4
because I'm saying
syllables that
bad.
time.
Bad.
Merlot or Pinot Noir?
Pinot Noir, no.
I'm not a fan of either.
No.
I mean, I've had some that I was like, okay, this is okay, but
Not my thing.
Linda said, those of us who are native Texans add at least one extra syllable to most of our words. So adding an extra syllable to just one word might be an improvement, maybe. Suzanne said, if bag is bag, then bag is...
Bag. What else would it be?
Beth said, after living in Minnesota for 7 years as a young kid, then moving back to Indiana as a teenager. As a result, I have a weird mix of Indiana and Minnesota accents.
Ooh, that's going to be an interesting one.
Nicole said, my God, I love you girls. Cheers from Canada. Red wine drinker here.
I'm going to be her friend.
Well, you lost her with the red wine. Angel said,
well, no, that just means
Wednesday,
more for
like
me.
Wednesday. How do you say Wednesday?
Wednesday.
That sounds right to me. Wednesday.
Yeah, Wednesday. So does bag, but okay.
Okay, back. They're writing it out as how you say. Okay, so we're gonna get some highlights on these trees and see if we can salvage some stuff. I mean, we're gonna improve on the amazingness that already is. See, I wouldn't talk like this with a normal student, by the way, and I actually don't think she's in a bad stage. But it's fun. Like I can't. Stacey and I don't talk to each other without giving each other crap. Like it's just how.
Do like how like. You're like, it's not bad, and it looks like this. You're like, no, it's fine.
We're gonna make it better now.
It's fantastic.
Well,
Looks good.
It's gonna be okay. See, I made the mistake of focusing on you guys and turned away.
Just let me go.
Stab face.
It
Actually,
looks
that's the
way
name of her
better.
phone.
It looks way better on
Don't
camera.
tell them that. I don't think that's. I don't think it looks that good.
I don't feel so bad. No, it looks good on camera. It's fine. It's fine.
Well. Okay, so what I'm going to do, there are a couple of things that we can do. So one of the things that has happened to this painting is she got too stabby with the like when I had said go light and then slowly add.
We don't do anything like not stabby, I guess, in Wisconsin.
I said on my social media post that there was a chance I'd get stabbed, so I know her well enough. So I should have known. This was my fault. I'll take the blame. I should have known Miss Stabby Face. Her phone is named Stabby McStabby Face. I should have known she'd be a little stabby. So what we're going to do, we need to pull some of the background colors in and help these trees out. This is actually an easy thing to do. There are a couple ways we can do it. One, we can just add some highlights to the trees and it'll be fine.
Stab some highlights?
No. She got all excited. She thought she got to stab something. The other thing is I can just be really messy with the brush. We're going to color match and we're going to pull more of that sky in and then help her to redo the trees without being so stabby faced with them.
No, I like my happy tree.
Oh, if you like it, we're leaving it. Do you want to leave it as it is or do you want to lighten it?
I need you to show me how to lighten it.
Okay. So we have to try to color match as much as possible. I'm just going to actually, let me find, it doesn't really matter what brush we do here because you're going to go kind of stabby on top. So we're just going to try to match this close to what's in the background as it, that was a bit too much. This is why I don't drink and paint. Actually, I do drink and paint.
Do you want to sit?
No. I'm wearing deodorant, so I shouldn't gross you out too bad. Like I have impressions of my deodorant.
I almost smelled my armpits. I was like, wait, did I?
Yeah, but I'm wearing a tank top, so if I'm not wearing deodorant, I would gross. That would be gross. Okay, so we want something close, pretty dang close, and we're just going to kind of lighten some of this up. Break that up. You don't want too much water here. Take the brush.
Oh, no.
You don't want too much water because the more water you add, the more translucent this paint is going to be. We want it to be even thicker than what I've got there.
So no stabby.
No stabby. We're just blocking in, kind of shape your trees. We're going to come back and you get to stab later. You should have seen. Did you guys see her perk up? Just wait. You get to stab later. But we need to pull some of this up. Start forming some of those clumps and clusters that I was showing you earlier. See how they clump?
I wasn't paying attention to anything on the picture. I was just being stabby.
And lesson number 1, children, look at your reference photo. That is what went wrong here. And it's not bad. Like, it's not bad. It looks like trees. But when you want to do brush strokes, stop stabbing. She's just all excited to stab.
Brush strokes.
What you want to look at your reference photo constantly because we have a tendency to look at it and assume like it's trees. I don't freaking need that. Like I'm good. I'm gonna go stab some crap. I almost swear we're gonna go stab some crap. And then that's what happens. So what we're doing now is just breaking this up. You're gonna have to do a couple of layers to really cover that because there's a little bit too much water mixed in there, so it's too translucent. We're gonna break that up and then come back there. So this is one of the ways that you can solve this in forming trees that aren't stabbed. Let's see.
It's not working out.
It is. You're fine. Go. You're fine.
I'm going.
You're fine.
I'm going.
Let's see. Stacey, try a Pinot Grigio or a Pinot Gris, both from the. I don't know how to say that.
Can do.
Shelly said, "Oh my God, I moved from Wisconsin to Minnesota. Stacey, casserole or hot dish?"
Casserole. It's not a hot dish. I'm sorry. I'm from Milwaukee. Oh, she's gonna.
I didn't even know that was a thing. Like, I don't know what those things are. I mean, I think I know what a casserole is, but
it's like a big thing mixed into a casserole. They have dishes for that. They're
What's
called
a hot casserole.
It's a casserole. A hot dish. So you know what a casserole dish is?
Like the little flat one that you would make. I don't cook.
9 by 13 or 9
And
by
like flat.
9 and small
Okay,
and square or round or whatever. Yeah, casserole dishes.
Let's see. Alden said, "Greetings from Paris." Wow, you're watching from far away. What time is it there?
No, there's like a Paris somewhere.
France.
No, but there's
They
another...
said Paris, France.
Oh, they did.
I just didn't
you
read it because I assumed
didn't
I read
make
it.
that
Didn't know you were gonna
distinction.
jump into it with some random like
Paris, Texas.
Paris,
there is
Texas.
a Paris,
There's
Texas.
a Paris everything, but yeah.
So
I just didn't know you jumped to that. Priscilla said, "I was not a wine drinker at all until I tasted chocolate wine. It tastes like chocolate milk spiked with vodka. Really good, actually." So my friends came over. This is how I got started with wine. Jimmy and Topher come over, and they had asked my husband and I, like, "Oh, what wines do you like?" And I'm like, "I'm not that classy. I typically like gluten-free beer or alcohol." Wait, hold on. Our reference photo just went to sleep. There we go. It'll kick on in a second. So I'm like, I like the idea of wine, but I've never liked wine. Not really a thing. So Jimmy and Topher come over and they bring us a bottle of, starts with an R.
Riesling.
No, it wasn't that. It was a red wine. I think it was a red blend, and it's, I can't think of it. I'll have to look it up. But anyway, I took a picture of it. I'm like, this is good. Now, I'd already been drinking that night, so that's part of why it seemed good. But you guys would know it if I said it, and that's part of the story. So I'm like, I want to be a classy lady and drink some wine instead of beer. So I go to, the next day, my husband and I are out shopping, and I'm checking at like Whole Foods. I'm checking the wine section, trying to find that specific wine. Couldn't find it anywhere. Finally, I text Jimmy. I'm like, what was that? He got it at the gas station. Like, it's cheap gas station wine.
Jimmy is my
So I was like, Jimmy's all, fancy, bringing wine. No, it's cheap gas station. And it was what got me started. It was so good. It tasted like chocolate. It was really, really, that was my first, I can't remember, I don't know if he'd be awake, if I can text him and find out. But it was really, I have a text from Matt. Oh, that's another one. So it was not as fancy as I thought, but it was good. And that's how I kind of got started with drinking the wine. And then I of all of the ones I've had, mostly reds are my favorite. I found with, I do like rosés and sometimes whites. If it's dry enough, it has to be really dry for me, but I drink it too fast and then didn't feel super great after. So yeah, red, I can slow down on that. Priscilla said it was not, I got that one. Casey said, maybe Swiss cheese originated in Wisconsin. All the native Wisconsins love to stab their cheese. Did you guys get stabby on cheese?
I don't stab cheese. I eat it.
Okay, Paul said, are you going to watch the whole countdown thing to Welcome 2021 or are you just going to sleep? Well, I'll be awake, so I would be awake, but I don't care. I've never been one to really, heck, I took down my Christmas decorations on Christmas Day. I'm not super into holiday. I always want holidays to be over, so my normal schedule and if I have to go to a store, what I need to pick up is open, and I don't get super excited about holidays, I guess. I mean, as a kid, obviously, but as an adult, my family, most of my family is still back in California. I don't even do, family stuff. So I'm not and I don't like to go anywhere on New Year's Eve because there's too many people on the roads who drank a bottle of wine before trying to paint. So I am not, watch the shape of those.
I know.
Just checking.
You should have seen my face. They all
checking.
did, I'm sure.
But, yeah, so no, I'm not planning anything for that other than keeping my dogs calm because you're going to have idiots out here shooting off guns into the air because that's safe. That's how you're supposed to handle that, but whatever. Let's see.
I don't like it.
Well, that's because you have to come back and stab it later.
Oh, that just
made you happy?
That just, yes.
Monica said, Mom says, hi, she's home. She's really missed you all. She's feeling well. November and December, she was really bad sick. Oh, with me, and all I can say is our mom is resilient. Yay! She wanted to wish you a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year's. Yay! Give her a hug for me. And cake. She needs cake. Give her cake. She needs all the cake. Let's see. Rose said, perfect gift. A knife with a paintbrush handle. I can make that happen. Although I don't want to, I'll send it to her. I don't need her having that while she's here because I'm afraid she's stabbing me.
I'm not going to murder you. I'll just stab you.
Sarah said, I heard that Brandon was actually signed for 2 more Crow movies. The original ending was supposed to be different because Eric Draven broke the rules. Yeah. I love how that movie ended. I like that. The first one was just a perfect movie. The rest. Fam said, have you ladies tried iced wine?
Yes.
It's probably too sweet for you, Lisa, but Stacy should love it. Anna says, I don't have wine to drink while painting. Do you think my results would be similar with a bottle of whiskey?
Nope.
Yes.
Oh.
Well, similar to Stacy's, absolutely. You might get a bit stabby with those trees.
They look just fine.
You're getting there. It's getting better. You are getting
better.
better.
I don't know about all that.
It will. Shelly said, score Stacy, I'm from Milwaukee. You didn't give it a second to respond. Okay.
Yeah, because she asked about the casserole, if it's a casserole or a hot dish. And I said it's a casserole because I'm from Milwaukee. And she said, score, I'm from Milwaukee.
Gotcha. I'm glad you keep up because I never know. I can't keep up. I'm impressed.
I don't know how I remembered that. But
Paige said, have you tried Neocolor 2 water-soluble wax oil pastels by Karen Dodge? I haven't. I'm interested in them, though. They look really interesting. Fem said, did you mean Rioja, the red wine they brought over? No, I don't think that was it. It was, I can't remember the name. I want to say it's an R, but I have a tendency to say something's an R, and it was really like an A, and nothing even close to what I thought it was. I think it's an R. I know they got it at QT. Joseph said, now these trees are inflicted with ghosts. They do look like ghosts.
I'm following your instructions, ma'am.
Unfortunately, I cannot argue that.
I was happy with stabby trees.
You're coming back to stabby. I'm going to let you stabby them again. So this is good.
So now, what I want you to do, cover the whole thing and re-stab. This needs more. This needs to be...
Okay, and another thing, come back through on some of these with a little bit less white as you get further up, so it's the color saturation is a bit higher on the top ones. The ones over on the left, I don't remember... The left, those ones are fine. But when you get over here where they get taller, those go a little bit darker. So it looks like the sky showing through and not ghosts. I want Joseph to come teach. Linda said, I grew up close to Paris, Texas. Went to a fancy graduation brunch there. Ooh. So you're right. There is Paris, Texas.
I told you there was. How do
I know there's Paris everywhere.
There's not a Paris, Wisconsin. Well, there might be a Paris,
Probably. We'll have to look it up.
Ask Siri.
I'm supposed to Paul said to ask you about liquor and cheese.
What about it? They go together.
Okay.
I mean, liquor goes with anything. Wine and cheese.
Anna said gas station wine. That's for passengers when I'm driving.
That's dangerous. Oh no, not passengers.
Mm-hmm. So people can handle her driving or calm down. Hello Shiny said, if wine makes you feel sick, try drinking it, but don't smell it. Makes a big difference. Plus, drink less than a bottle.
That's
what some Stacy. She's like, oh, that's not an option. Rose said, the trees look snow covered. Not that I've seen snow, mind you. Stacy knows snow.
Thank you.
Michelle said, my mom did the same, took her Christmas decorations down Christmas night. And I almost did it Christmas Eve, and I'm like, no, must leave at least till Christmas. I want them down so I can welcome spring. I hate winter. I hate the cold. I'm not really doing anything with family. I put my decorations up mid-November, though, so I'd have my fill. I was just ready. I'm ready for spring. I got some new plants. Me and Stacy went to the nursery, got some plants.
I was amazed that they still had plants going. This is not winter.
What is it in Wisconsin right now?
It's 70 degrees outside. I didn't know what was going on.
Yeah, and it was warm too. It was 70 when we went to the nurseries. It was not. We had some nice days. It's all cold, getting colder now. So Stacey, she shows me this meal thing that would need to be grilled. She's like, we'll get Matt to start up the grill. We'll grill these things. And I'm like, Stacey, it's 42 degrees. And she looks at me and
Yes,
it
it's
was
42 degrees.
You're giving me crap. She's like, you just keep making excuses for everything. I'm like, it's 42 degrees. It's not an excuse. It's a fact. It's 42 degrees.
It's
we
short
don't go
weather outside.
when
What
it's 42
are you
degrees.
talking about?
So, yeah, we're not grilling anything, but Stacy from Wisconsin, she's like, why wouldn't you grill in 42 degrees? I'm like, Matt is not going out there in this weather. I promise you. So, let's see. Michelle said, okay, got that one. Oh, that just jumped. Let's see if I can get through some questions. I'm feeling that wine reading is getting it to be a bit of a challenge.
That it's peeling up. No.
Let it dry then.
Stop going
Yeah,
over
let
the
it dry.
same
So what's
spot
happening?
14
What is
times.
happening? That's actually a good thing to point out. So what Stacey's having happen here, she's painting over an area where it starts to kind of dry, but not completely. And when she painted over, it's starting to lift the previous not quite dry layer. So you want to let that dry completely before you put more on top, or that starts happening. In her case, it doesn't matter because she's going to get all stabby again and probably cover it all. But given what we saw previous, I'll try to watch better, but we'll see because wine. Let's see.
This is going to be called my
Suzanne said, Stacey, I'm with you on red wines. I found and enjoyed South African sweet red wine. Ooh. I mean, I just like that it sounds different than what I've tried, but I probably wouldn't like it.
Stop with that one over there.
Casey said, the ghosts are the souls of the trees that Stacey stabbed to death.
Right. They're fine. They're fine.
Oh my God. That is amazing.
My trees are fine.
The Neocolor 2 are more like gouache than like regular watercolor. Love them. I need to try those. Melinda said, actually, alcohol in moderation has protective benefits as well as coffee.
Forever. Oh,
yeah, you and I are good then.
No, if they said in moderation, I'm screwed.
Joseph said she is brushing too much. More pointillism. Yeah, well, we're gonna
stabby.
She's going to get all stabby. So the more she brushes right now, the more she gets to stab later. And I think this is what she's enjoying.
What is
my goal? So one of my goals when I teach, I'm more concerned, especially in the beginning, for the student to have fun. If you get to, and I find this when like if anyone's going to teach classes, I find you've got to balance success with having fun. If I was too picky on a student, they were like, this is too much, I can't handle it, I'm not coming back. And then I don't get to pay my bills. So I've always found when I teach, you want to balance, have fun with it also looks good. So find a way that, like right now, she's having a blast giving her trees souls, and because she's going to get to stab after, and that's the part she likes. So if I can balance that and let her, enjoy that process, that's what I'm going to do. And that is what I do when I teach in person, like trying to figure out, and you've got to learn to read the student, because that's going to vary. Some students, if it's not 100% perfect and you're not on them every step of the way, then that's not fun for them. So you've got to figure out what works for each individual student. We don't all learn the same. So with Stacy, I quickly saw she liked the stabby part. If I can let her have that part again,
give me more stabby.
She's happy. So she's more likely to paint again because of that, though, because she's enjoying the wine is probably helping, let's not lie. But she's enjoying that process. So you want to balance the two. And I think that's important with art anyway. If you're not having fun, you're probably not going to want to keep with it. I've seen people who are the most amazing artists, but they gave up because it was too stressful for them. They just weren't enjoying the process. So with she's making stabby motions.
I'm ready
randomly.
for stabby.
Okay, so we'll come to that. But I do think it's important when you're teaching. Now with her, I'm not watching that closely, honestly, because she's my friend and we're sitting here drinking, and this is not a
and
serious
we're going to hang it in your bathroom. So it's
You're
not
so not. Maybe if it was teal. You should have gone with teal.
Because it ain't coming home with me anyway.
That is why I gave you a canvas pad and not even canvas. There was a reason. I thought that one through.
I'm going to wrap it and give it to Matt for
You'd need to put an octopus in there, though, for Matt. Matt is upset.
One would fit in anywhere at this
could
point.
Do that. I'm almost tempted to let her paint an octopus coming through the tree. So hold on. Let's give her the stabby stage for a second. What I want you to do before you stab, I want you to do the liner brush again and give your trees some stems, some branches.
Yes, that's the one. Yeah,
the little skinny guy right here.
This one.
But I want thin the paint down a little bit more. Don't push so hard. You're pushing too hard, and so your trunks were like. They ate their spinach. These ones are spindly little. I don't want to eat.
Water.
Give me kale. So that is what kale's gross. Do you guys like kale? It's bitter. I've never liked kale.
That bad.
It's that bad. You drank a bottle of wine first, probably, and then thought it wasn't. If I drank the bottle of wine first, I wouldn't think it was that bad either. But just kale in a salad. Too bitter for me. Wisconsin's, I won't trust her taste. Actually, that's not true though, because you've liked a lot of the same stuff I have since you've been here. She's been eating a lot of my food.
Insulting.
It's mean. You act like that's new. What? But anyway.
She's like, wait, what?
Obviously. But I don't know where I was going with this. Whatever. Next. Let's see. Going down. Casey said there's a Paris in Southern California. Yeah, Paris Lake too. I used to go to that when I lived there as a kid. It's not nice. Or at least it wasn't when I was a kid. It was like desert. Almost looked like someone just dug a hole in the middle of dirt. It wasn't even pretty desert. And some water that was also dirty. So I do remember. I remember Lake Paris. Kimberly said, who's Stacy's favorite old master? Artist. She's asking our old master as far as artist.
Lisa.
It was just rude. I think she just called me old.
Oh, well.
Okay.
I am still younger than you are.
You are. How much younger than me are you?
What?
Wait, how old are you right now?
I'm not saying anything.
I think she's like
I'm like 3
6
years.
or 7 years younger.
How old are you?
43. I'll be 44 in April.
Oh, I'm way younger than you are. No, I'm only like 6 years younger than you are.
No, you just said. Paige said the souls of
life.
the leaves that could have been.
The souls of Christmas past.
Melinda said, words are hard when I type with wine. I meant deliver a sandwich, put the criticism in between the positives. Yes. I don't know about the delivering the sandwich part I don't know where that came from, but yes. As far as mixing the positive and the negative when teaching is definitely important. I mean, it's Stacy. She'll take what she gets.
Yeah.
She's just used to me. So Stacy's dealt with me. I didn't realize until today that since she got here on Saturday, Gibson. So, she didn't realize, or I didn't realize I'd only been sleeping like 5.5 hours. I have fibromyalgia. I can't do that crap. And I wasn't taking naps. And so I was like, I can't function. I can't even get up to walk across the room right now and do what I need to do. I'm just like half passed out on the countertop. Like, no, I'm done. So I took a nap today. Oh my God. I feel I feel human again. It's amazing. Anyway.
Wait, you said branches.
Yes, you want branches.
I'm doing trunks.
Little teeny tiny skinny. See the little cute little tiny skinny branches?
Those are
more
hard.
water. Don't push as hard.
Those are really hard.
Let's see.
More water.
Whoops, that just scrolled too far. I saw something about kale.
This is hard.
Sass says, kale is fine. Mix it with a sweet butter lettuce and it works in a salad, or cook it in butter with lemon. And you said cook. You lost me at cook. I'm too lazy for that crap. Sarah said, have you tried mixing kale with oil and vinegar and massaging it? I am not that fancy. Although Matt's been watching, what is it? Gordon Ramsay? Is he the cooking guy?
I'm way too distinguished for playing with my food.
My husband's been watching.
Yes,
Gordon Ramsay. Is it Gordon? So it's either that or Dave Ramsay, but I think he's the
Gordon
financial guy.
Ramsay.
But Matt has been watching that and getting kind of creative. He's made some good stuff, but I'm not interested in.
I need that clip for my hair again.
I am not cutting your hair again.
No, I said I need the clip from.
Oh, the clip, not clipped from. I don't listen.
We could do that too.
Beth said, I only like kale if it's roasted in olive oil and some salt. Yeah, I don't know if I've had it cooked, so maybe that's why. I tried it in salad.
Branches.
Did not like it.
I like them without the branches.
Let it run into the trees next to it. Don't just have it randomly ending. Like, just continue it. These are close enough together. You can make it. Well, no, it's making it easier on you if you just let it continue to the next tree over. Then
this doesn't have a tree over it. Well, it does,
make it happen.
A really long branch. How do I do this?
Brent said, this is looking very impressionistic. That's the style I paint, so I see potential.
Thank you.
Maybe
I should start impressionistic.
Michael said, Lisa checked the supply list and did not see wine on the brand of wine. Yeah, I probably should have.
It said it in the title.
Yeah, but I didn't say what brand of wine I was drinking.
Oh, brand of wine.
Well, she's now drinking Josh Rosé, which is not sweet enough for her, but she'll live.
It's fine.
Kimberly said, I'm amazed you don't speak like a valley girl. I can. Oh, I can.
I don't want to do it.
Monica said, Ma said, you're now her oldest baby girl. I'm a Maybe that's why you always win with ice cream boats.
I don't
get the older daughter
branches.
You're pushing too hard. I mean, I can do it, but it's just a matter of don't push so hard. You just have a tree that fell over instead of a branch. Don't push so hard. Just barely let the tip of the bristle. No. Okay, here's the tip. Normally, I agree with you, like how you're holding the brush back here. Normally, that's a good thing. Right now, with the liner brush, go ahead and hold it closer so you have a bit more control. And you can rest your hand on the edge of the canvas.
I've tried to do that.
Oh, no.
It's not going to happen. I'm going to be like grandma.
Susan said, just returned from the rottenest off the coast of Perth, Washington. On the ferry crossing back, thought of you because the water was this beautiful turquoise blue ranging from dark to very light. Oh, that sounds pretty.
I am not doing this. I don't want to.
Kimberly said, oh gosh, I want to hear you speak like a valley girl.
I don't like it.
That was good. That was better though. But
no, it's not.
See how you're randomly, like they're not random. They're not just like branch. That's in the middle of a tornado.
Can we just get back to stabby?
You're kind of going, and you'll cover the branches that come out terrible. You get to stab them. Those are the ones you get to stab and hide the terrible.
All of them.
You're back too far. You're not going to, oh, that actually wasn't bad though. Okay, well, so here's another thing when it comes to teaching and to painting. For me, I would have held my hand closer. See how her hand is back really far on that brush? I don't do that on a liner brush. If that's going to work for her though, that's okay. Just because most people, I'd say go ahead and be a bit closer on that. If it works for you, it doesn't have to be what somebody else does. And in this case, she got a much thinner line being farther back. Now, if she was doing something that needed to be more controlled, like outlining, like actually like definite liner stuff, yeah, I'd have her be closer. But for this, if that is going to work, go for it. Watch that your branches aren't, yeah, there you go up. Keep them trying to move up.
I saw that in the picture. I picked up on that in the picture. I'm an artist.
Do I remember Blockbuster? I do. My husband worked for like a couple of months. He had lost his job at one and he was in between, and he got a quick job at Hollywood Video too for a while. That was a long time ago. I used to love, like, it was just fun going into a movie like thing and picking out a movie, and there was just something fun about that. Like, it may be terrible, but it doesn't matter. That's all you got. You can't just turn something else on. So there's definitely something fun about that.
That requires leaving the house and actually putting.
And then there's that. But you got to get. I mean, back then you just get popcorn and candy while you were there, and I was young enough that my metabolism could handle the popcorn and candy. Let's see. Shelley said, "I'm starting to see profiles of the ghosts. That is too much. Is that too much wine?
Never. No."
WA for you guys. That's Western Australia, not Washington. Oh, okay, see, WA in California, in Texas. Wine is good. WA in the U.S. is our abbreviation for the state of Washington. Sarah said, when I use a liner brush, my hand is usually up pretty close because I'm using that type of brush. It's because I need a lot of control. That's what I do too. Kimberly said, how about Build-A-Bear horror story, Lisa?
Oh, I don't like
Build-A-Bear horror story.
We're going to stab that one.
My only Build-A-Bear horror story is that they have the new Harry Potter bears out, and they're $100 freaking by the time you get their outfit. That's twice what I would pay for.
I think I did enough branches. I want more stabby.
No, look at the picture. Lots of little guys.
Look at the picture. I haven't looked at the picture.
That's the problem I'm having with her.
I don't think I looked at the picture once.
No one's surprised. We know. We're aware, but I'm trying to encourage you.
It looks similar. There is a shape there. One of many.
I mean,
it kind of goes up that direction, sort of. It's fine. It's fine.
Let's see.
I don't like it.
Kimberly said Stacy is so me. See, you need to move to Texas so you can do more of these videos. We can see the progression of Stacy's skill level going up.
Or not.
I almost choked on my wine, thank you. Kimberly says, I can relate to her, gosh.
Thank goodness.
Yep, Joseph's quoting me, look at your reference photo more than you look at the painting.
I can't help it. That's worthless.
So one of the things that I used to do when I was teaching is I would have students, like I would sit and time them because you can, like if I'm actually not drinking and I'm paying attention, you notice that students are just not looking at the photo. And so I would sit there and time them like you're not paint. Don't touch the painting. Like, put a book on your painting, whatever. We're not even going to look at the painting. I want you to sit here. And if for teenagers, I would have to do it longer. But like, you've got 60 seconds and nothing but looking at that photo. Nothing but studying the branches. Nothing but just paying attention to what's there. Now, I would, on some students, have to do, I've upped it to 5 minutes. And I'm like, I don't want you looking away. I don't want you looking across the room. You're going to stare at that photo. And it works, though. Like, trying to break the habit of not, get used to looking at that photo. Let's see. Melinda says, I hold my liner brush way back to get a natural look to my branches in watercolor. Mm-hmm. See?
Maybe I should watercolor.
I just got new watercolors, but they're expensive and she's not touching them.
No, I don't want to do that.
I haven't even touched them yet.
I mean, I don't want to break stuff.
I don't want her to break stuff either. Paige said, I'm working on a sea turtle in my Stillman and Burn watercolor sketchbook with Karen, Josh, and Faber-Castell watercolor pencils. Lots of teal and magenta. Ooh, I like.
Now Kimberly you're speaking our language.
Say if I was in a painting session, I'd be the one doing random don't bother me things. I love Stacy so much. Let's see.
I should just be humming to myself making.
No, because you'll get me copyright more wine, copyright flagged.
I don't make sense when I hum.
I did on YouTube some of my videos. I do when I play violin. If I'm going to, my idea of writing a song, I pretty much just start improv, and then I'll pick up on something that I start repeating, and it kind of forms from there. But it's completely random to start with. And I had recorded on some of my earlier videos. I was playing violin and writing those songs, and I kept getting flagged for copyright. People were putting claims on them, even though I'm like, that was the most random thing ever, and I was still getting hit with copyright, and it sounded like nothing, like it was all bogus claims, and I won them in the, at first I didn't. It was bad. Let's see. Monica said, Ma said the new word of the day is it's fine. That's Stacy. She says it constantly. That's everything. It's fine. So plant people. Stacy decided, and only the plant people are going to understand the importance of this. Stacy decided that I needed a Monstera albo cutting. Yeah, I can't justify it because I like pothos cutting. Pothos, basic, I didn't say the B word, basic witches of plants. That doesn't work either. They're basic house plants. I love them, but they're very basic. And even with them, when I do a cutting on them, I'm 1 out of 3 I'll make it. And so spending as much as a Monstera albo cutting is, I just can't, I don't trust myself and my skill level to make that happen. Stacy decided that I needed to be fancier too, got me one.
We all have to put ourselves in uncomfortable situations to grow.
I am so nervous about this plant. So it's here now, and it's on his heating pad, and I made him a little bed, and I am so freaking nervous about, I'm carrying around talking to him. You know how you get paint out of clothes?
Wash them.
No.
You put them in the hamper, and it's like, that's there.
Vodka. I thought she'd like that. But yeah, so now I have a Monstera albo cutting that I am so freaking nervous about. And yeah, and it's leaves that it has that are it would be so beautiful if I can make it get a root, but it is not. Well, she didn't, to be fair. She was struggling with it, and that's why I asked her to root it for me, because I figured Stacy's more experienced with plants, with a lot of the plants. Orchids are my thing, that's what I know. But the other plants, Stacy knows all the plants. So I thought she was not having luck, so she decided that I had to do it on my own, and now...
No, mine's already rooted.
I'm so nervous. I'm so these are not cheap cuttings, and I am so freaking nervous. Let's see.
Stab now.
Almost.
Or do I need more branches?
These little guys over here.
Over here. Okay, more branches. Over here.
What kind of watercolor did I get? I got
That's not a branch.
Schminke, is that it? I got the 24 half pan set, and then I got a bunch of or not a bunch, but maybe 5 tubes of paint, the individual ones, other colors that I wanted on top of that. Let's see.
These don't have trunks though.
No, mostly branches that are grouped together. Where were we? Paige said, at least give her it's the same energy of the picture. It has the same energy of the picture.
Thank you. It's there. It's
fine.
Using
the left hand help. God, no, not with the line. No, Stacy. Put it back.
I think that would be more fun.
I mean,
I don't think this is going to work out well for this painting.
The octopus arms will hide the mistakes. It'll be okay.
This is not going to go well.
Kimberly said, just play classic from 100 years ago. So that's the thing. That's okay. I had a Christmas song in a video recently that is very, very old. We are outside of our...
No. That's not
We are outside copyright on that one. Somebody claimed it was his version of that song and put a copyright claim on mine, and I had to fight it. I won it. It was a song I got from Epidemic Sound. I pay for that, and it's still, people will still put those claims, and it's a pain in the butt whenever I put music on stuff. It's just, Cavium said, who are some of your favorite artists of any medium? You want to answer?
Lisa.
She doesn't know artists, and
I'm not an artist.
I
know plants.
Exactly. She knows plants. Ask her favorite plants, and she can give you that. My favorite artists throughout. Ask me without wine, and I still don't remember, so it doesn't matter. Let's see.
I mean, I could say like Picasso.
Oh, Joseph, who has been your main teacher here because he's actually paying attention,
Somebody
says,
is.
That's sure as heck not me. Those are some good light branches. She can be taught.
No,
I actually think she could.
You keep doing things wrong, and eventually it looks right.
That's how I learned. You keep layering until it looks good, and then that's the thing with painting. Layer until it looks good. A bad layer doesn't matter. We painted some ghosts. Now we painted over the ghosts.
Now they're branches.
She's gonna get to stab soon.
Stabby. That's all I want to do is stab.
I know. Kimberly said, who are your teenage crushes in the 80s and 90s? The boy who lived behind my house named Damien Giotti. Damien Giotti, I think was his name.
Who was that?
That's not what you asked, but that's all I remember.
What's the ghost movie? What's the ghost? Now we're talking about ghosts.
Oh, Patrick Swayze.
No. Well, him too, but no, I'm younger than that.
I take that as a personal dig.
No, the Wednesday from Addams Family. Somebody knows this. Somebody knows this. What is her name?
That
the
was
Addams
your crush?
Family movie.
Your crush was Wednesday.
No, listen, I'm not done yet. I can't remember names at this point in time. Just listen. Wednesday from Addams Family was in Casper. Who was from?
Oh, Johnny Depp. No, that's not that. I'm thinking he was in a ghost movie too with her. That's where my brain. There was a reason behind what I just.
That's
spit out.
Beetlejuice. No, that's not Johnny Depp.
No,
that's a good movie though.
It is a good movie.
No, somebody knows it. Casper.
We'll have to come back to that because I'm too far up. So we'll come back to that.
I gotta keep painting branches.
Yeah, keep painting your branches.
We're not gonna get this done.
I don't know who.
That's not a branch. That's it. We're gonna make that a trunk because that wasn't supposed to be there.
You know who I really liked when I was a kid? Which is funny because I think he's insane at this point. Was Kirk Cameron. I thought he was so pretty. I thought he was so cool and he was so pretty in whatever show he was in. And now I'm like, it's kind of weird to look at him because I'm like, you are waist insane.
I love.
He had a video about a banana.
I think I'm doing better than you not swearing right now.
I know. I stopped.
I didn't. You didn't, but you.
I did.
I don't even have to.
I said
catch
that
myself.
waist. I'm impressed. But
you thought
I loved him
branches.
when I was young. And it's funny to see again when you see them when they grow up and you're like, that didn't age well. You are not a fine wine. You were. I almost had it. Something from QT. That is what he was. It was so close to remembering the name of it. QT's where I got the first wine that I liked. I don't remember any other crushes.
What are you talking about?
Bush, the lead singer for Bush.
You should probably put the wine down now.
I haven't even drank that much. I've drank that much.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry I did this to you.
Let's see. Rose said, first the frogs, now the plants. How's your stress levels? It was actually first the plants, then no, wait, not really. Because I had my white tree frog when I was younger. He came first. But yeah, now it's plants first and then frogs. Boop. Sarah said, come back, Sarah. Boop. Don't stab. Boop. That is not the stabbing brush.
I'm drawing lines.
Okay.
We're booping.
Longer. Stop. Sarah, stop. I know where
we only have so much time.
Sarah said, I've been working on a watercolor painting lately, and I just realized my tendency to scrub the paper with a brush when working with medium. I don't know why I do that. I don't know. I have no help for you because I am not experienced in watercolor.
You should try stabbing.
I'm going to. Melinda said that layering does not work so well in watercolor to fix things. That is not incorrect. Christina Ricci is the name of the actress.
Yes.
But who is the guy in the Casper movie? Ma said, no digging, play nice.
Who was
We've been corrected and told to be nice.
Yes, Mom.
Kimberly said, Casper in human form was cute.
Yeah, what's his name? That's who I'm talking about.
Pamela said Christina Ricci, so we've got that again. Remember Me This Way song on Casper movie is still the best. Paige said, I got the 24 half-pound set of Schmincke and the 18 metallic pearl set. So pretty and creamy paint. Best birthday present ever. And 20 drawer pencil box. That is awesome. Oh my gosh, you got good stuff. Fem said, Stacy, are you talking about Bill Pullman?
Nope.
With Crease? No.
It's
Priscilla said Devin Sawa?
Yes, that's it. Devin Sawa. Yes.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah. I mean, back then, he's probably like old
Gavin
now.
Rosendale, lead singer of Bush. Yeah, I was more...
Yeah, okay.
Singers were always what I found more attractive. I guess being a musician, that was kind of my thing. And I still am like super amazed by this guy's skill. He was in My So-Called Life. Then he was in, he's been in lots of stuff. He's an actor and a singer from, why can't I think of it right now? Because 30 Seconds to Mars. What is the guy's name? I had a crush on him when I was a teenager, for sure. Which I hated that show. I never watched the show, but he was very pretty. He just sat there and was pretty. And that would have been in the 90s. And I can't think of his name right now. Someone else will get that. That would be one of the other ones I thought was pretty. It's going to drive me crazy. What was his name? He was also in Fight Club. They unprettied him.
Brad Pitt?
No. I was never that big of a Brad Pitt fan. Mm-hmm. He just kind of looked like he smelled funky to me.
Okay. How the hell did that
I don't know. He didn't look like he showered as often as I would like someone to shower. I don't know why. That's just...
Right. Ooh, I like that one.
Let's see. Ma said, the new drought love that growing her family without the pain. This is good. So did she just adopt Stacy? Is that what just happened?
What?
I think you just got adopted. Kimberly said it was Devin Swa, so cute. I'm gonna have to look this person up because I
am not the only one. I know what I'm talking about.
Because you guys are younger than me, and I think that was beyond like that. To me, at that point, would have been like
we are that hip
child,
generation.
Like,
Branch.
Jared Leto, yes, he was my other person who I really liked.
One.
But again, you're going to, like, for me, musicians was kind of, because being a musician, so. Lee said, do you just put the vodka in a spray bottle, spray the spot, and let it soak in? No.
Oh, I thought he was like, do you put it in the spray? Yes, I can try that if you want. That's a little different than how I normally do it, but I guess I could give it a go.
Go, G-O-W, because Wisconsin. Your accent kicked in. No, I would just pour a little on it, like let it really soak, and then scrub it with like a clean, I have toothbrushes that I have. What?
Just pour a little more on it.
And then if it doesn't get the paint out, you can just drink the vodka and you don't carry either way. You are set. So no, I would just pour it on and kind of scrub it with like a toothbrush type scrubby brush or something like that. And it works real well.
It looks way better than it did before.
Let's see. Pauline said, well, since I feel so old tonight and I have kids older than the two of you, it's my bedtime. I have to be up early tomorrow. Thank you for the fun evening. Good night, Pauline. Thanks for joining us. Brett said Jared Leto. Yep, Jared Leto. Edward Norton? No, definitely not. No, he's not.
Nicolas Cage in a really weird way. Like, that's one that I'm just like, why? But, yeah.
I'm also like, why?
Yeah.
I'm looking at you a little differently now because I didn't know anyone would have found that man attractive.
It's like I don't know why, but
I don't know why either.
So it is
I don't see that one.
I don't question.
Cavium said, are any art-related New Year's resolutions? I'm definitely going to be up to date on my video. Like, I'm producing more art videos is my big thing. And I also want to do, I've gone through a phase where I was doing smaller projects. I want to do a few bigger. I haven't done any really good bigger projects. So that's for me. You have any art-related New Year's? Are you going to finish that Monstera leaf?
I want to stabby this. That's my resolution.
There's hers.
Just do some stabby.
Violence is hers.
Violence is my first answer.
Devin said, Priscilla said Devin Sawa am I saying that right?
Yeah.
Played lead in the Final Destination movie.
Really?
I did not know that.
I didn't know that either. I didn't see those movies.
I have to look up this guy because I've got questions now. Oh, my frogs are moving. I'm getting notifications.
Boop, boop.
Let's see.
We're gonna boop. We're booping trees. Boop.
Okay, you can go ahead and stab. But,
thank God.
wait. Rinse that brush. Rinse that well. But, stab with a smaller brush and don't push so hard. And I need to I'm going to attempt to pay a little bit more attention this time because Miss Stabby Face is a bit...
I liked it before, but we need to make this list.
Sawa.
This is my Stabby.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe he just didn't age well, but I'm not seeing that.
Yeah, no, these are... Oh, the one with the glasses isn't... Oh, no, get rid of that. That's text
you just
messages.
pulled up my text messages.
I don't do that.
You might see inappropriate things.
No, you won't. No, I won't. This one's not bad.
Pamela said,
No,
how
that
about
one's
Stuart
not good
Townsend?
either.
He played
This one's not
Lestat
bad,
in the one Anne Rice Fair. I don't...
That one's not bad for an older Devon Sawa, but look at... Go Casper. Google Casper.
Okay.
Google Casper.
Okay, hold on. Let's do this, and then we're going to look at...
Was I supposed to get this wet? I don't know.
You don't want it soaking wet. You want it kind of dry. If it's too wet, it's not going to work well.
You're not paying attention, Lisa.
And I think that brush is a bit too big for you because I think you push too hard because
you're
too
a big one.
Your violent tendencies can't handle that brush. Okay, cast. But I think it's going to pull up it's pulling up his current stuff when I look at it that way. I don't know. I'm losing interest. Oh, that's weird for me to look at because he's
so young,
and it's kind of weird to look at him and go, oh yeah, I could.
Well, you didn't ask now.
I know, and I get that. I totally get that. But like when I look at that, I'm like, that's a little boy. You guys are sickos.
No, Stabby.
I mean, I get that it would have been when you guys were kids and that was your age group, but when I was in 95, I would still have been the sicko if I looked at that kid and thought anything other than
Stabby.
That's a kid.
Stabby.
Let's see. Stuart Townsend. Why am I not remembering what he looks like? Hold on.
I don't know that one either.
My husband would know. Stuart Townsend.
Stabby.
No. Nothing for me there.
Stabby.
Let's see. How about the 90s Reese Witherspoon? I liked her. I actually liked her in her stuff. Like, it was kind of cheesy stuff, but maybe my sister used to insist that she actually, what was the movie the lawyer one? My sister thought that was me because she was in her head.
She's all pink.
Yeah, my sister used to say that was me. Okay. Monica said, how would you go about getting a glitter effect on a dress with pencils? I used an electric eraser to try to get the effect. And yes, Ma has adopted a new daughter. You've got a new mom. She's a good mom too. We give her cake. She needs cake. It makes her better when she doesn't feel good.
I don't know that I like to share my cake though.
We do with our new mom.
Okay.
Our mom gets cake before we do. So glitter, high contrast. You want to kind of make your darks a little bit darker and it'll make those lights that you're trying to erase a little bit lighter. The other thing you can do, you said with pencils, you can use a little bit of touch-up texture titanium white mixture and get some highlights with that and then get darks next to it. And that'll it's the contrast that you want. The really dark darks, the really light lights right up against each other. And that's what makes the lights look sparkly because of the contrast with the dark next to it. It's kind of the easiest way for me to explain that.
Joseph, are you paying attention? I'm just asking because
someone needs to.
Because someone needs to watch me.
Whoa, this is better. Don't overdo it though. Less is more.
I don't like. There we go.
Chuck's $2 Chuck Red 250 wide. My husband tried that because he was super entertained.
2020.
Trader Joe's. They're $2 Chuck. He got it and he had such a bad headache. I didn't try it because I had my own wine that I was drinking. I don't remember why I didn't drink it actually. Anyway, I was not willing to risk that one, and he had a really bad headache from that stuff. Rose said, I'm afraid I must leave and go watch some Inspector Lewis crime show. Maybe there will be some stabbing. Stacy's with you. She may leave me to go watch stabbing. Let's see. Whoops. Clark Fine Art said, that's a boy. You guys are sick. Yeah, see, that's kind of my thing. He looks like a little boy.
Back in the day, and that's who that was back in the day.
Even back in the day, though, at that point, I would have been 18 in 95 when that came out, so he was still a little boy to me. Like, it's still weird. Even then, it would never, I never saw the movie, but it would have been weird for me. Paige said to start recording and time lapsing my drawings. That's my goal. Maybe a sketchbook tours. Ooh, sketchbook tours are fun. You should definitely do that too. Kimberly said, "That's a little boy." I can't, Lisa. Legally Blonde. Yes, that movie. My sister used to say that was me. I'm sniffing my nose, and that's gross. I'm sorry. Allergies are a thing. Femme said, "From now on, every time I hear the word stab, I'm going to burst out laughing. Well, come back. Where did you go? You girls have changed the implications of that word for me."
I made it a good word.
I mean, but, apparently I have Facebook up. Who's messaging? I can't do that right now. Nope. That has to go away. Let's see.
Joseph, I need some direction.
Buffy was in Cruel Intentions 2. 90s teen movies were risque. Why? I don't know. I didn't watch it at that point. Like, I don't remember most of those. Paige said, "I think she can handle a giraffe silhouette eating leaves." I like the octopus better, but...
I can't leave this here with the giraffe silhouette.
No, stop. You're overstabbing.
Stop.
We want the background to show. You overdid it again.
It's fine.
I look away for like 2 minutes.
Fine.
And it's black. It's just solid.
It's not.
Look at your picture. Look at the reference. Look.
Oh, I have a reference photo? No, it's fine.
Okay. Let's see.
I stopped. I know what it is.
Priscilla. Okay, let's see.
As long
Chauncey
as I know what it is.
Leopardi. I don't know who that is.
Say that again.
Chauncey Leopardi.
No.
Remember Bop It, Twist It, and Pull It toy?
Yep.
I do not. Monica said, "Ma is loving this painting, Stacy. You're doing well. Mom's
We'll send it
today."
to her.
There we go.
Since neither of us want to hang it at our house. No, just kidding. Thank you.
Let's see. Joseph said, "Stacy is doing great. No advice at the moment. Not too much, though." See?
I stopped.
Okay. Okay, so the bottom. Look at this bottom, almost solid black.
Yeah, I need more
Not
black.
a straight row, but just that bottom.
So I can be stabby.
You get to be extra stabby. You get
the
to
big one?
Yes, whatever brush you want. Technically, let's just stick with that because you're having fun with it. I was going to say you could use a
Nope.
filbert, but
I want
you're
this
liking
one.
that. Motion detected on my Murloc cam. We must see you paint. I'm looking at my Murlocs.
She can let me go this time because I can be extra stabby down.
But look at your photo. Look at where that goes because I'm afraid you're going to go up too high with that.
No, I'm not. I promise. Okay, no, I don't
one
promise,
believes her.
but I
No one
won't.
should believe her. Clark Fine Art says, "Stacy is taking artistic liberties and putting Miracle Grow on her trees."
Thank you.
I don't think Stacy would use Miracle Grow products, though.
If I needed them at the time, I wouldn't say no. I haven't.
Kimberly said, "Lisa, you did not play toys." Gosh, I did, but I'm older than that. And so my toys are like Voltron, Thundercats, and My Little Pony.
Thundercats. Yep, Milo Pony.
Those
You're
are
not
mine.
that old.
Yeah.
I mean, we still had those in my days. Stabby. I do. This does need to be filled in more down here.
But not a straight line. Look at the photo how it comes up on the edge.
I have to fill it in first.
Ben said, "Stop, Stacy." Stop.
No, it's fine.
Rain Angel said, "Art promotes peace, not violence. LOL. At least when you're painting."
This needs to be filled in more, guys. It's fine. She said it was fine.
You're good. You need a little bit more paint.
I'm working on getting. I don't want to overdo it, Lisa.
Now she cares. Now. Priscilla said, "How much fun are you having right now?" Oh, this is so funny. Not so fast. Slow that down.
It's fine.
I don't think it's fine. Because you're not looking at your photo at all.
I don't have a photo.
So before we started, I did a little coaching, like, okay, at this area, I wouldn't go as heavy. At this area. She took that as go heavy everywhere. Like all my tips.
It's not
before we
everywhere.
started.
There's a big blank spot in the top of the picture.
Kimberly said Paul Rudd in Clueless was dreamy.
Yeah.
I don't think he did anything for me either.
Yeah.
I'm not.
I like how all the branches are hidden. No, I do appreciate the hidden.
She's just hiding the branches she didn't like, which is good in a little. Actually, this doesn't look bad. It just doesn't look like the photo. But it's not, and this is why
it does
I chose
too.
this or when we were looking at photos. I like this one, and I like something like this for someone just getting started because it still looks like trees and silhouettes. It looks good. If you don't look at the reference photo, you're like, wow, you did a fucking amazing
like
job.
The reference.
It
You know
looks
what?
nothing like
I
the
want to
reference.
take a picture of the reference photo and post it so people can see that it looks just
You should
like
definitely
the
do
reference
that.
photo.
I'm all for doing that. Yes.
You're making me question this. I really should be
Clark
doing
Miner said next merch zombie snail. It's fine.
It's fine.
We're gonna need it's fine.
I should probably slow down now.
Monica said, Ma is taking her word of the day back now. It's stop, Stacy. She's laughing way too hard. Stop, Stacy.
This one, I don't like this one over here.
You do what? You know what?
taller
Okay, so
on
here's the
that
thing.
side.
We're gonna give
I need
Stacy
to
some freedom.
stab you
Hold
on
on.
that side.
Here's your freedom. You're at the stage now where you can let go of the reference photo a little and make yours look better. This is the stage at the end where you get to take those artistic liberties. Like you use a reference. Now you do what you need to do to make yours better. Don't completely make the sky black, please.
I won't.
I mean, better,
promise.
but
I won't.
Marie said it looks great, Stacy.
Thank you.
Kimberly said, do you love Claire Danes from My So-Called Life? I don't really have, I remember her more, because I didn't really watch the show that much other than like, oh, the pretty boy sitting there, being all pouty. I liked her in, what was the Romeo and Juliet that people hated? I loved that song. I love the music, or not the song. I love the music in that movie. I liked the movie. I was a fan of that. And it was her, right? Am I remembering that correctly? I don't put her in the same league as Kristen Stewart. I just don't really remember anything else with her. Like I don't know if she's done anything good, and I was essentially a kid at the time that I watched that movie, or the Romeo and Juliet was. So I liked it, and I really liked the music. There was the intro that was back when we had pagers back then, and we all would do music from whatever would be like, we'd record the music, and that would be our, hi, you've reached Lisa, but you didn't actually say that. It was just, here's music. And I had whatever the main song that went with that, like Kiss Me, or Kill Me. I don't know, something double. I don't know. My friends thought I had porn music on the background of my pager. I had to change it when a few people are like, what is that? I'm like, it's that song. No, it doesn't sound like that when you only hear the couple seconds from the pager thing, so I had to change that. Kimberly said, what movie was it that Mandy Moore in Places No One Will Ever Find You Need Is to Feel Inside? I butchered those lyrics. I don't know anything about Mandy Moore that is beyond my, like, I was old enough then that those weren't movies I really watched. How much wine have you ladies consumed? I've consumed maybe this
bottle
much,
and a glass.
This much wine for me. Not much. A bottle. She is a bottle and a glass in.
A bottle and half a glass.
I just feel
Although these
extra
glasses
good.
are half a bottle, so a bottle and half a bottle.
1.5 bottles is what Stacy has had. I've had.
God, that sounds like a lot.
Well, for a Wisconsin, apparently it's not that much. Kimberly said a walk to remember. Oh, wasn't that one supposed to be super sad? That's not for me. I'm not watching that. That's like Marley and Me and Old Yeller all over again. I'm good.
Finn.
Priscilla said, talking about Leonardo DiCaprio earlier, did you ever see his movie of Romeo and Juliet? Yeah, wait. He was in that, wasn't he?
Yeah.
That was him, yeah.
Leonardo DiCaprio, yeah. He was another one that was pretty good looking back in the day.
I must stop you 5 minutes before, apparently. I'm not sure before what.
Before
you ruin
paint the
it.
whole thing black? No, I think I'm quite happy with it.
I think it's good. This is not.
And you were worried.
I'm not. I was. But I'm also, when I stopped looking at the reference photo, I liked it a lot more.
I don't know why you guys use reference
But
photos.
as a standalone painting, it's fine. As looking at the reference photo, you're like, that doesn't look at all.
It's similar. It's trees with purple and pink sunset. It's fine.
Kimberly said, yeah, the one where he played an autistic kid. So Gilbert Grape. Yeah, that was a good. I don't even remember that movie. I just remember thinking, wow, this is a good movie, and the acting is freaking amazing in this.
Oh,
what are you doing?
nothing. I'm cleaning
Are
your
you done?
pouch.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm done.
You have to sign it.
You don't want
So you're gonna use the liner brush, and you mix pink or whatever, and paint on the bottom, one of the bottom corners. I would do the bottom right. You're going to have to add white to it so that it's opaque enough to show up.
White.
White. Shakespeare in Love. Is that what it was?
And
I
water?
remember like
Should I do
Angel
water?
Wings or... Yes, add water.
Add water.
Always with the lighter version.
Should
add water.
should I do water before the paint? Because I did paint already.
It doesn't matter.
It's fine.
So I'm not giving her the trick with the you guys know my trick with the white charcoal, General's charcoal. I think it's going to be way funnier to watch her try to sign her name without that. So we're going to do it the hard way for humor. Worst case scenario, she paints it black. It's not a big deal.
You're lucky I'm watching my language at this point in time. We're going to do... Nope. I'm going to do a little heart, and that's going to be me.
Connie says, I think it looks great, and I haven't had any
Thank
wine.
you, Connie.
Oh,
Thank you,
nice. Clark
Connie.
Reiner said it's loosely based on the reference photo. It's fine.
It's my interpretation of that reference photo.
Monica said, Ma said, next time Long Island iced teas for her,
Yes.
so she could have just as much fun as you two.
Yep.
She should have had that with her cake.
Yep.
What?
Cake.
You know, I'm just going to say, Monica, I'm a little disappointed you're not providing our mom with this. Like, I don't know why. I don't know if you get to be the favorite daughter anymore. I think me and Stacy just raised up a little because we would have provided her with those things beforehand.
Gosh, it's too big.
Kimberly said, have you watched American Beauty? Which one was that?
I did see that one.
Which one was that?
My favorite. It's going to be really big, but that's okay. That's it. We're done. That's me. Perfect.
Okay.
Fin.
Just an S?
It's kind of an S. It's missing the bottom part, but that's okay. It's fine.
I'm not opposed to this.
It's fine.
Okay, so when you sign your names, technically you should be up a little higher so that when you frame it, it doesn't get chopped
It's-
off.
no.
Stacy doesn't care because she thinks everything's fine.
It doesn't need a frame. It's already framed.
Kimberly said, Lisa, I'd be attending Spring Break 2021. Don't judge me. What? Why?
I'm okay.
Was I supposed to judge? Why would I judge?
I'm okay with that.
I don't know why I would judge. Daughter said, how did I just find this? I love it. See, there you go.
I have
So
fans.
Stacy will be coming back. So she's visiting right now in the ugliest time of our year, and I want her to see how pretty Texas really is.
I'm not
Spring
driving,
or
though.
summer. Yeah, she drove here this time. She's going to take a plane next time.
I'm not driving.
That was a long drive. So, but she had a million plants to bring me, so it worked out. Like the Monstera Albo, I am freaking terrified of right now. Like, I want to carry him around and take
not
care
my
of him.
problem anymore.
You don't even know how bad I will feel if I kill this cutting. I can't believe she bought that. Twice. She killed her. So going back to the Monstera Albo.
Twice.
A wet stick, essentially. Well, this one has leaves on it. But a cutting of this plant it's a lot. You can look up a Monstera Albo cutting if you guys want to. I'm not even throwing out numbers. It's a lot. So she bought that. She killed it. And then she
my
felt
first
bad.
one was fine. My
She has her own.
one
Her own is fine. And then she bought one for me because I wasn't willing to spend the money on it.
And I listened to other people
but I really
on the
wanted,
interwebs, and you shouldn't do
want
that.
one. So she did, and that one didn't make it. So she bought another one, and now I feel so much pressure.
I gave it away because I'm like, I don't want to
so-
do this again.
I can't kill this plant. And it's not even a plant yet. It doesn't even have any roots. It's a cutting. It has nodes.
Two. So
lemons
you've got
in
double
one stem.
shot.
I've got
It's
2
fine.
chances, but I'm 1 out of the 3 out of Pothos, which is easy. This is a Monstera.
It's the same thing.
Not
It'll
the
be
same
fine.
thing.
It's fine. It's fine.
Were the other ones fine?
Mine is fine.
What about the one after that?
It's fine.
I'm so nervous. Kimberly said, I gagged, so shady. I love you, Lisa and Stacy. Monica said, I gave her cake this one over as having a black Russian for New Year's, and that's enough. Ooh, that sounds fancy.
Mm-hmm.
Shelly said, this was a blast. Nice to meet you, Stacy. Great job stabbing those trees. Priscilla said, I hope you both have a wonderful evening and Happy New Year. Really enjoyed tonight's live stream. Clark Fine Art said, Stacy drove from Wisconsin to Texas. How long did that take?
I would never do it again. It took like 17 hours.
Worth it for me.
I don't know. For one of us.
I didn't have to drive. Well, we'll do the airline next time, but she will hopefully, if everything goes well with her, because her work gets busy when it's pretty here, unfortunately. We're hoping she can at least come for, a few days. So she's here a week this time, but she's got vacation time. So hopefully we'll be doing this again when she comes back, because I don't know, what are you going to paint next time?
I'm going to pick the most hard thing that
Well, I
can think of.
at this point, I
Stabbing
let
trees.
her have an idea of how long things took. I think I will let her choose her own, and I'm just gonna sit back here and giggle and drink my wine. And yes, Kimberly said, Happy New Year, welcome 2021. Fem said, this was great. Happy New Year, everyone. Let's go. I'll go stab some canvas.
Yes,
Look at what you started.
Look, I stabbed a
Stacey
canvas
needs
and it
her-
turned out just fine.
She needs her own merch.
I stabbed a canvas and it turned out just fine. You too can stab a canvas and it will look like this. I mean, I'm just saying, it's fine. It's fine.
But that's the funny thing is this isn't bad. It's not.
No.
Like, I'm giving you crap, but it's not bad.
It's not. It's just, it's fine. I can't not say that.
I know.
I need something else.
Thank you guys so much for joining. Check out Nick and Joseph's channel. They got rid of all the spam and, well, they make everything go smoothly.
And kept me in line when Lisa couldn't.
Yeah, Joseph babysat Stacy because obviously I couldn't freaking pay attention to her, even though I'm sitting right here. So anyway, thank you for joining. Check out Nick and Joseph's channels. Links are in the video description. I will see you next. I'll go back to normal videos next week. I don't know what next week's live stream is going to be. I guarantee you it won't be this much fun because Stacy will be home. It's kind of disappointing. I do have, though, luckily, I have a couple friends who volunteered for this experience who live local to me, so that's a thing. I'm not sure if it will be quite the same as Stacy because Stacy and I have a different relationship than I do with most of my, she's, like I said, she's my sister, so I can give her crap where I would feel so bad if I talk like this to most of my friends. Like Stacy's the only one that I talk to
fine.
like this.
I can talk crap
Stacey,
to her.
I can be a horrible
It's
human being
fine.
with, and she's like, I accept that. That is what it is. But my other friends, I have to actually try to tone it down a little bit. Clark Fine Art said she can stab some underwater coral next time.
That might actually work.
She has a reef tank too. Say, like when I say she's like my sister, if I have it, she has it. If she has it, I have it. Like
That's
her
because
and
I
both
can't
buy the
afford to
same
buy it
things.
first, and Lisa's like, I'm going to get it before you do.
And then she goes and gets it.
And then I buy
and then
it.
gets more. You have more tanks than you had more tanks than I
I
do.
only have one.
But that's only because you moved into an apartment that won't let her have all her tanks. So, yes. Kimberly said the movie was called This Boy's Life. You guys, what is it with you guys and your little boys? It's weirding me out.
That's back in the day.
What is it? I don't know. When you say boy and then you show me a picture of a little boy and said that was your thing, I've got
When I was 12.
I know, but I wasn't 12 at the time and it weirds me out. Susan said, thanks for the laugh. Happy New Year. Here's looking forward to a happier, healthier, yes, 2021. Cheers, my dear. Cheers, my dears. I can't read the things.
I'm going to say that from now on.
That's cute, huh?
Cheers, my dears.
And then it's fine.
And it's fine.
And bag. I will see you guys next Wednesday. Thanks for joining. Bye. And we're done.
Good.
That was